Yo, hello, everyone. Can you see Liger? Can you see the chat? Everything. Should be able to see Mr. Liger here, looking very dapper. Everyone, welcome to the first episode of the streamer interviews. We have, of course, very befitting that my first guest is none other than my good friend, the first inaugural People's Champion of the ASAP Joey Awards. He is the man himself, Mr. AvatarLiger. Welcome, man. How are you? What's the haps? Hang on, you're muted.
Muted. Hey, typical streamer, always muted, right, guys? Am I right? What's up, everybody? My name's AvatarLiger, aka Liger here today. Joey hit me with the best intro, and I butchered it. You know why? Because I'm a muppet for that. Oh my goodness.
It's okay. It's all right, man. Look,
all good.
I got to start it off here with a simple question for you. Who are you?
Who am I? Okay. My name is Liger. I am a Twitch streamer. I'm from Australia. My lineage goes back to the Middle East. And I am here to provide content for all of these amazing people that are watching right now. And ultimately, that's my goal. To entertain, to teach through action, and show people that people like me, we can make it too.
How'd you come up with the name AvatarLiger?
Ooh, I didn't. Funnily enough,
You didn't?
Shout out to an OG of the community. My old Twitch name used to be very cringy, very cringy. It used to be Liger the Legendary.
It's not that bad. Pretty good, actually.
Fair enough, fair enough. And then let's just say, started streaming. At one point, I think I changed it to Liger Zero, which is what the anime originally is. For anyone wondering, Liger comes from the old anime that used to rival Digimon and Dragon Ball back in the day in the 90s, early 2000s. And yeah, so a friend of mine was like, "Oh, you love Avatar? Why don't you just like rebrand to like Avatar and stuff?" I'm like, "Ah, cool, I'll do this." And then he's like, "You should just be AvatarLiger." And I'm like, "That's cold. Let's run it." And that's the name. Two favorite animes put together.
It's kind of like a light bulb moment when you have something there and it's it just clicks and you're like, yeah, that's me. It's two favorite things and two things in one, right?
Yeah.
You and I go back a long time. How long have you been streaming for, my friend?
Ooh, funnily enough, yesterday or the day before specifically was my 6 years a streamer anniversary.
Congratulations. That's big. It's a huge feat.
Thank you.
It's a huge feat.
Massive. And I met you in a glorious time of, do we want to say 2018? Was it? I feel like 2018, 2019.
It's 2019.
But I met you. But I met you IRL at PAX 2019.
That's true. Actually,
in person.
It was MEO.
MEO, that's right. That's right, but we barely knew each other back then.
That's right. Yep.
That's
I think you were with Goblino.
No, MEO. None of the boys came with me. It was a solo.
Really?
Yeah, it was a solo mission.
Oh, I thought it was you and Goblino.
Nah, that was someone else.
You recognized me at MEO, actually. So if no one knew, it was right. Melbourne Esports Open. And I was walking along the...
We did, yeah. It was in between the two arenas. We were walking across.
Yeah, the little walkway bit. Yep. And you said, "Hi, you ASAP Joe?" I was like, yeah. And then I come through, started hanging out in each other's chats, and hooked it up at PAX when you were wearing your cap cosplay, huh? Yep.
Represent.
Yeah. Was that the first cosplay you did?
I've done some before, but first like real deal cosplay, like proper, fully accurate and stuff. It was good.
That was amazing. Even the camera work and everything, that all the photos and everyone had done for you is incredible.
It was good. What a time.
Yeah.
Guys, cosplay if you haven't already. Try it. It's worth it.
Absolutely.
It's a great thing.
So in this many 6 years of yours, what are the
Mhm.
main games or the content that you do?
Ooh, okay. I'm a bit of a variety gamer. So I think I could probably pen it down to the GOAT, Overwatch. I think Overwatch is my main game. Everyone's got their FPS game that they love, but personally, I play the FPS game, but I don't use the weapon. I swing the hammer. I play Reinhardt in Overwatch, aka the tank role. If anyone knows tank roles in gaming, very demanding role. Very a lot of willpower needed to be able to handle that role. And that's my thing. Other than that, I love Nintendo. I grew up playing Mario, Zelda, Pokemon, Kirby, especially, and I'll just mix those games in. So if you ever came to my streams back in the past 6 years, I was either grinding Overwatch, I was playing a Nintendo game, playing like your classic online RPGs, playing League sometimes, a bit of League of Legends. I grew up with that game. I was all over the place, man. My mod Steven, shout out Steven, he used to call me a variety liger.
Variety
It worked
Liger.
off the
I
name.
like that. Yeah.
AVR, yeah. That's a good one.
I like that. It's good.
That was a good era, a variety liger era. It's a good time.
You work or you stream full time?
I currently do on-call work. I do believe the dream to be full-time streamer is everyone's dream. We'll all get there one day. I like to work because it keeps me physically demanding. I think a lot of times we need something physical in our lives. So if you go to the gym, if you go play sport, go for a run in the morning, walk in the morning, it's always good to have something physical. So for me, I always used to do different laboring jobs, delivery jobs. Especially in COVID, I used to deliver pharmaceuticals to nursing homes.
Right. Yeah.
So very highly demanding job in terms of
Mm.
like getting there and getting out quick before catching anything bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, mainly I've been a part-time worker and a full-time streamer somehow. I'll make it work.
It's crazy how like being allowed to have such a routine, whether you do, midday to late night stuff, or is it early
Mm,
morning to afternoon, but then you come home or you have this time, even if it's like 3 hour, 4 hour sessions of being able to stream, whether it's just playing Overwatch games. I've seen recently you've been playing with a lot of friends and been doing kebab shop simulator or even just like Overwatch stuff, or even doing stuff for YouTube for other people's channels and your own as well. There's a balance between
mhm.
everything. Like you said, by having like a job or something physically keeping you physically going. How important do you think the balance is between having it all just in the 24 hours of time that you do in each day?
Balance. For anyone who knows the Avatar world, it's a very important word because what does the Avatar do? Maintains the balance. So I know what I'm doing. It's in the namesake. It's tough. I think work life. Uh, if you do school, at one point I did early on in streaming. With that desire to make content, the balance is hard to do for a lot of people. Ideally, my opinion, have a schedule. Enough said. Have a schedule. Even if you fail at it, it doesn't matter. Just try again the next week. Just keep having a schedule because at the end of the day, the schedule, it's not just for you, it's for everyone watching.
Mm,
So in your heart, in your mind, when you have that, you say to yourself, I'm going to commit to this. And then you're not also committing, the people watching you are also committing. They're like, I know he's going to be there.
right.
If he's not there, work life unlucky that week, he'll be there next week.
Yep.
So when it comes to all of that, you want to space yourself out. Don't say to yourself, I'm going to do 7 shorts a week. I'm going to do 7 videos a week and I'm going to stream 7 days a week. You're not doing all of that. You're
Mm.
not doing all of that. You're not. You need a team to do something like that. All right.
Yep.
No one's doing that out here as a solo streamer. Even if you fully operating, juiced up the wazoo, you're not doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when it comes to that, I think for me personally, I usually start my day early. At a time in the past, I used to provide for a NAEU driven audience, and
Mm.
then I slowly started coming back to the OCE audience. Especially when it came to Overwatch, I want to play on nice 12 ping. Thank you very much. No more 150 ping
Yeah.
games.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. No more lag. um, and yeah, basically we ran through it. I always changed different schedules. I had my mod team diverted in 3 different regions, time zones especially. So I always had support at any time. if you had the morning Liger streams, if it was day Liger streams, or at one point late night DJ streams. You love that one. I've done all the different eras, and I can say without a doubt, all are great. You just need to be consistent and have a schedule. You show up, people show up.
Yeah,
that's it.
I agree. I do. Doesn't matter what time for it. It's like once people will show that, I guess, the loyalty or the times that they're available when they know your schedule for it. If they can't make it for it, they can't make it for it. But you'll know that even at the normal times of, let's say, like you know yourself in your peak times of, you know, whether it's chat interaction where people just come in to say, I'm going to watch, they will fit you into that schedule for it. But yeah, you mentioned balance earlier, and I want to talk about getting to that balance, whether it was or still is independent or any family stuff. But do you live at home with family, or are you by yourself or independent?
I'm in an apartment by myself.
Yep.
Wasn't always the case. Originally, I was at home, as most of us start out. I had a nice raised in a family of 7. I'm the youngest of 5. So when the time came to stream, I tried to be a streamer in YouTuber, both in 2013. So that would have been 5 years earlier than when I originally started. Couldn't work out. Sharing a room with my brother, too much things, just too much chaos. So come 3rd year of uni, I was like, man, I want to do this. I've always wanted to do this. I've got a bit of freedom now. I've got my own room in the home. Let's try stream. At the time, there was no face cam. Too shy.
Wow.
Wasn't ready for it. Yeah, so my first 9 months of my streaming career, no cam. Just went with the voice. Whew. Surprised everyone when our face revealed, but I didn't expect it. Like, who's this guy, man? We didn't expect this guy. He was handsome. I had hair back then.
I saw your photo recently, actually. So going through the 6 years of, you know, you having a headband or hair, and then not as much of a prominent beard like now as well. Like it's a crazy journey, isn't it? Starting from home and then going into your own things. What do you think the biggest challenges starting off from home is when you're getting into streaming?
When it comes to starting off from home, for me personally, from a predominantly ethnic household, for some I know, it's loud. People are screaming everywhere. People are moving around. Not really much privacy. There's no like knocking on your door. It's the doors getting busted down. Oh, I need you to come do the laundry. Oh, I need you to come mow the grass. We need to do this. We need to lift this. Can you reach this? And that's the family dynamic. You have to help each other. Otherwise, it's just not right. It's just the way we're raised. Got to help each other at any moment's notice. But when I got the time, I was like, I'm streaming. Barricaded my door. Leave me alone 2 hours. And that's all I could get. After the 2 hours, it was like, ding, 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 we need you, we need you. So when it comes to starting out as a streamer, it's going to be tough. You're going to wish you have the ultimate privacy. You wish you're in one of those like soundproof rooms where no one can annoy you. Not the case. You're going to have noisy neighbors. You might have planes flying overhead. But guess what? Your community don't care. They don't mind because you're just starting out and they don't expect you to come out with podcast level, 6 monitors, bunch of wires, cat tower. I won't go there. 50 consoles behind you.
Yeah, it's kind of like the dream. It's kind of like the dream what people see with, you know, a ton of lights, all the aesthetically pleasing setups, especially when you see, you know, a whole pink aesthetic where you've got 2 monitors here and it's super clean for it. It's kind of like, in my opinion, I think it's a bit like unrealistic, you know? The realistic ones is having stuff everywhere, having everything everywhere, even stuff in your backdrop. Like for you, I remember it was where the shield is, that case, the little case thing, which is actually not a case, isn't it?
No, that like wooden structure there.
Yeah.
You know the fold out beds, sofa beds.
Yeah,
it's just the frame. I just put it on the wall. I was like, hey, I can hang stuff off this. It might look good, you know, with the lighting.
It's genius.
That has been with me that has been with me since the start of streaming, and I'll never get rid of it. I'll love it. It's everything
Mm.
to me. And obviously, I do remember sleeping on it when it used to be a bed frame. The legs are gone. The bed mattress is definitely gone. But yeah, sometimes it keeps me humble. I keep old things like this and I refurbish them, make them look flush because it keeps me humble.
Mm.
Like I don't think a lot of people will do this on stream. I have saved every single VOD I've ever streamed on
Every
Twitch.
single VOD.
Every single VOD. My entire collections is everything. It's labeled by years, by months, by playthroughs. It's all there. Because when I started streaming, streamers said, "Oh yeah, it just goes away after 2 weeks." I'm like, "What do you mean goes away? Why would you ever want to lose that? That's your streaming. Keep it. Upload it to YouTube. Do whatever you want." And I look back very often. I go back to 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, and I'm like, man, was my voice deeper? Was my voice lighter? Was I sick that day? What's going on? Who's that guy? That's not me. But yeah, I feel like I lost track of the question. Sorry.
No, that's okay. That's all right.
Yeah.
I really rate the having memento things or having I'm very sentimental myself, even if it comes from having something physical. So one of my first things is like the ASAP poster. I've had that since almost maybe like eight months in, something like that. So when you look back and how long ago you had a lot of these stuff, it kind of brings you back to those memories. So that's probably why you were thinking, well, shit, I don't have any memento stuff from that stream. I'm like, oh, stream's gone, because they don't have that library for you. So you creating that library for yourself is like it backs up for you. You know, that's cool.
I think it's definitely like just to elaborate on it, like for the mementos or things you have in your backdrop, it's there behind you because it supports you.
Yep.
That's how it is for streamers. Like when you turn around and things like that, I'll try to stay in mic.
That's okay. It's all right.
I've got things back there. Captain America first cosplay. There's a mask there. That was the first cosplay I did over in America in 2019. I was a character from Naruto. For those who know, Masked Man Toby. Wore a nice big cloak, had a mask because I still hadn't face revealed yet. I did not want to get doxed to my friend's vlog.
Yeah. Yep.
I had the Thor hammer there. That's recently there. It wasn't the one I had at PAX, but when I got the money, I said I want a Thor hammer there.
Yeah.
Thor hammer. Got the Juice posters, Juice Tower. Everyone knows Juice is very special to Joey and I. We've been there since before the launch.
Absolutely. The beta testers.
All kinds of things. Those consoles, all those consoles, especially the N64. There's a Nintendo 64 there.
Yeah.
That was something me and my 4 other siblings, we pooled money and we bought together when we were kids. All those consoles, all those games behind there. For me, I'm not really a very collector person. Like I don't collect Funko Pops and stuff like that or figurines. I collect games. For me, because when I look at a game, I'm like, I open that game, I get the CD, I put it in the console, 70 hours. 70 hours of content, 70 hours of memories. It unlocks things in your mind that you remember playing. I remember specifically a certain game that teleports my mind to my school canteen as a kid in primary. I don't know why, but it does. And that to me, it's like, I feel like our brain is like a web. And then there's always like cuts in the web. And I tell myself, they fill those cuts. They make that bridge. Yeah. Everyone's got these weird ones, I'm pretty sure. These little things that it just unlocks an entire branch of memories. Yep. One little thing, you find that one little thing, you find like your old Game Boy cartridge for Pokemon Silver or Pokemon Gold, and you just remember everything. I remember killing Reggie Rock and saving on my brother's Ruby. That is my most shameful memory, and he will never let me forget it.
It's like the number one, like biggest thing that you should never do. Even borrowing your friend's cartridge or your brothers or sisters, whatever it is, you got annihilated.
So I've been anti un since the beginning with Reggie Rock. Oh my goodness!
Oh no, Reggie Rock. The memories are coming.
For example, Twitch streamers, we sit and we watch our friends or people we like game. My brothers were Twitch streamers to me because I would sit in a chair and watch them game.
That's
I'd watch
right.
them play Counter-Strike, Assassin's Creed,
right.
Halo, Warcraft, you name it. That they were my Twitch streamers.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I was the only chatter. I got all the attention.
Same with my brother
also
playing
got pushed
PS2.
away.
Same thing.
Exactly. 100%.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was just saying that,
No,
like,
it's all good. It's all good.
this is why you and I are very, very similar in a lot of things for it. Much like everyone has their own memento stuff. Like, oh, I remember playing this. I remember playing this. You unlock more the hobbies, and then turning those hobby things into something that you could do like full time, like you said, and having a lot of those things as hobbies. Is gaming in something that you do carry outside of stream? So when you're not streaming or making content, what are you doing in terms of your hobbies, or what do you like to do?
Okay. Hobbies wise, Discord with the homies, playing games. That's definitely a number one. I think a lot of people think, oh, if you game on stream all the time, don't you just want to never game when you're off stream? Do you get sick of it? I'm like, if you love what you do, it's not work. And that's gaming. So people say, what do you do? I have different answers for different people. So I'll be like, I do digital media and social media and like advertising. And then some people I'm like, I just play games for a living. There's one or the answer or whatever, But ultimately, like outside, I spend time with family, obviously. Very, big Arab family. A lot of WOG elements in there, a lot of Middle Eastern elements. I'm actually half Egyptian. That's my primary half. So there's a bit of that, as we call Musli culture, which just means Egyptian. Desert folk, a lot of just jokes, heavy-handed, talking like this.
Yep.
What is that word? What's that word? I can't remember the word for it. Talking with your hands.
Like animated. You're very like animated with.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. It's very common. But yeah, honestly, like straight up, when it comes to like outside, I used to play soccer with my mates. Indoor soccer was a big thing. I used to play defender, so I would rush at the striker and scare the living hell out of him. I was this big guy, so I was like, look, I can't do technical stuff. I was like, I'm just going to scream at him and see what happens. If it gets past me, bad luck, boys. I did my best. I did a bit of goalie. A lot of the times, I'm still a bit close with my high school mates. We graduated in 2015. But yeah, we link up, we watch movies, Marvel, back when they were good. John Wick, different franchises, you name it. Yeah, we do a little bit of everything. But for me, ultimately, what I love most is being online. I just get it. It clicks for me.
Yeah. I think especially where you have streamers or you have anyone who makes online content or anything like that, there's some sort of a disconnect that you have, or you should have rather. And I feel like being able to have so many things that cross over in terms of like gaming, for example, you game all the time, that's your content for it. To just have it on your stream just for gaming thing, I understand, but I also don't really understand for it. It's not like, oh, it's a light bulb moment now. I'm streaming, I gotta love gaming. And then you hop off, you're like, oh, I hate gaming and stuff like that. It's like a passion that you've developed at the very start, and you got to keep carrying that over.
Yeah.
So speaking of Twitch and, relationships and friendships and making friends and stuff like that, how do you feel about having a community versus having like an audience and making genuine connections?
Okay, real talk. Audiences change. Your viewers change. I think for me personally, I went through different eras and I acknowledge that, and I love everyone involved. Some are here, some are gone, some come back, some leave with a fantastic blast. Who knows? Maybe they get banned. Who knows? But I think ultimately, for a streamer, it's sort of like this. First, it's you. Then it's you watching yourself on your laptop or your phone. Then it's your mum. Then maybe some friends. And you got your friends watching you. And it's good vibes. Then you start to get someone new in. And you're like, all right, cool. This is my first viewer. No one you've never known before. Interested in your content. You start to like feel worthy to be on the platform. Because a lot of the times, some people sit on, as they say, the big dog of recent days, Jinxie, he streamed to one viewer for a whole year. Imagine the mental fortitude you need to do that. My
Mm.
goodness. Because guess what? I wasn't there. I was very lucky. I was a part of a community. When I streamed early days, I had people watching.
Mm.
But those days run away eventually as I changed my genre, changed my time zones, changed the community. As I just changed, people left. People came, people left. And ultimately, I realized community is more important. Stop worrying about an audience. You need to be connected with these people because you're human. They come to streams, they come to streamers because you're human. You want to keep it real with them because you don't want to lead to anything unhealthy or parasocial. But ideally, you want to just be genuine. So when someone messages you, message back. Don't act like you're Beyonce. Get out of here.
Mm.
Right? You're not Kanye. You're not any of these people. All right. You're more like what's his guy? What's the guy's name from Community?
Uh,
Abed.
Abed?
Abed. He goes
Yeah.
up. Yeah, he goes to the interviewer. They're like, dude, you should get leisure items. Go buy a private jet. He's like, bro, I'm on Ducktales. What do you mean private jet? I'm gonna buy socks as a leisure item. Thank you very much. That's what you are as a streamer. Even the biggest of streamers, right? They're not. They're just in public. Oh, yo, XQC. He's not like, oh my god, Brad Pitt. Like it's not like that, you know.
Yep. These are just regular
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
just doing what you can to entertain or being
Exactly.
on screen and
Yeah.
giving the best to a community. And the thing is, even if it's a small community, even if it's a big community, everyone has varying like meanings to what a small, medium, or big community is. Doesn't matter what.
Yeah.
Being able to signify an audience versus like a closely knit community, I think there is definitely some pros and cons into what the both offer in terms of like, if you're talking about viewership, if you're talking about quality of people for it, how important do you think it is to be able to try and distinguish the both?
Distinguishing between.
Because you can have
Say
a
that again, sorry?
closely
Yeah.
you can have a closely
Yeah.
knit community of
Yeah.
like, you know, let's just say let's say you have 30 viewers and you have 15 of those viewers chatting versus having an extra zero on that number. You have 300 viewers
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
only have maybe 20 of those people talking for it.
Yeah. It depends for the type of streamer you are. So, for example, there are two types of streamers. There are more branches, but let's break it down to two. You're either a gamer who streams or you're a streamer who games. So, a good example, Shroud. Shroud's a FPS legend. Yeah, he engages with his chat, has community, but like if you had to scale it down to, like you said, 300 viewers, 5 chatters, he'd be comfortable with that because he's there to just pop off and people enjoy. Whereas someone who's more, let's say, community driven, let's say like a Ludwig, he would prefer 30 chatters, 30 viewers or something like that, or 15 chatters, 30 viewers. Because ideally he wants the engagement, he wants the back and forth, the riff, the sort of show-like feel instead of the, hey, I'm gaming, but I'm also live. So both are great. It just depends what you want to do. What's your expertise? What's your comfort? What do you prefer as a streamer? Ideally for me, I tried the pro route. I thought, ooh, let me pump Overwatch. Let me see how far I can get. But as I did that and I was like, oh, let me be more entertaining as a streamer, people started to respond positively to the entertainment factor, to the, I guess you could say for me specifically, oh, this guy's a funny Reinhardt player. Like I can go play a boring tank pick and win the game and show off great skill and go to my coaches and practice everything. And maybe I'll get far. Who knows? But it's very limiting in Australia, especially to go pro in most games.
True.
But I was like, but if I am the funny guy, if I'm entertaining, still popping off, but also still jumping off the map like a fool, I'm win-win. I'm win-win, and I get the benefit of both sides, and I get the chance to play in like maybe creator tournaments. I still get a bit of a competitive feel. But ultimately, I figured for me personally, my personality, my expertise, the entertainment route was the one to delve down. I couldn't go the pro route. So for me personally, give me the 30 viewers and 15 chatters, because with 15 chatters, I'll entertain for a whole subathon. Let's go. Take me
Yeah.
a month. Let's go. I'll have a great time with those 15 people.
Yeah.
It'll be like summer camp. But if you give me 5 viewers at 300, I think it's like sorry, if you give me 5 chatters with 300 viewers, it's still okay. 5 chatters is amazing, but you're gonna feel like, what can I do to get you 295 people to talk? What am I
Mm,
doing wrong?
yep.
Sometimes if you're like I said, if you're competitively driven, that won't enter your mind. You're like, oh cool, they're watching. They know I'm popping off. They're watching. It's good. There is the lurker mentality. Lurkers are great. Lurkers make up Twitch. Never not forget your sorry, don't ever forget your lurkers.
Of
Shout out
course.
the lurkers, enjoy your stream right now.
Thanks, guys.
um thanks guys. We love you. They make up the heart of Twitch, so we'll never forget that. But ultimately, streamers sometimes will feel that like, how do I get you? How do I get you involved? What can I do more? So it really depends.
Yeah, it's kind of like you want to be able to. For me personally, I feel like you want to be able to know that you've won someone over, rather than what could have been for. I know there's a lot of what ifs and stuff, but it's like you have like a core group of people who want to chat and everything. But how can you get just one person out of the other bunch to come out of that shell, or just be like, they say one thing, but at the end of the day, those are the guys who are going to be supporting regardless, because whether people chat, whether they don't, they've got your second monitor, they're sleeping, they're waiting for drops, whatever it is.
Drops,
But to
drops,
getting,
drops.
yeah, drops, it's the big thing, isn't it?
Love a drop.
But getting to all of that, we got to go back to the very start.
Ooh.
If there was one thing that, year 6 Liger would tell the younger or the year 1 streamer Liger self, what piece of advice would you give him?
U6 Liger. U6 Liger would be 20. What was that? 2009, something 2008, 2009.
Oh no, I meant like streamer the year 6, like as in now.
Sorry.
Now, yeah.
I'm thinking as a kid.
No. So as in, with all the knowledge and everything that you've got now, what would you tell your younger self as you're just starting? Like, day 1, Liger's just put on his stream. No face reveal yet. Well, what piece of advice would you give him?
See, the hard thing to say is no regrets, bro. Just everything went right. Nah, it's never the case. You can always optimize. Let's say I time travel. All right. I already have the hammer and shield. Yellow, just give me the suit. I'll time travel. I go back to 2018 Liger. 2018 Liger, let's be honest, it might get a bit real here, was in grief. My grandfather had passed away. And everyone around me, it was the first big, hit in the family. Obviously, the big figure of the family, things like that. So I think for me personally, I have a bit of a different connection with loss because of my beliefs and stuff like that. Similar to Black Panther's quote, death is not the end; it's a stepping off point. I do believe somewhat similar to that. So for me, I was like, I didn't feel super sad like some people do. Like I was sad because my family was grieving and I was sad with them. But in my heart, I was like, he's lived an amazing life. He's raised an amazing family, came to Australia, things. Anyone who knows what immigrants went through, like a lot of our people here in chat, maybe our parents, our grandparents coming to Australia in the 50s, 60s, 70s, you name it, even 80s, 90s. It's a very tough thing. So for me, I looked at it like he lived his life and it's time to go. And it's going to be sad. But my problem was I felt bad for not grieving more. I was confused. And people would come to me and be like, "Oh, sorry, this and that. Oh, you sad? Like, oh, you're grieving. How are you holding up?" It got a bit frustrating for me because I was like, I know he lived a very happy life, and when I used to talk with him, every time I talk with him, we'd be cracking jokes at each other, like doing funny handshakes. Every time I'd hug him, he'd pretend like, "Oh, my back," like he would try to pretend that he's in pain.
Yeah.
I'm like, "I'm not doing any pressure. Stop joking," things like that. He would always joke around with his grandkids and great grandkids and things like that. So he was a very happy living person. So for me, I wasn't sad in that moment. But it did hurt with seeing people who are your closest
It's
family
kind of like
and
a
stuff
celebration
grieving.
of life. Is that
Yeah,
what you would?
yeah. Don't it's what Bernie Mac said. He said, "Don't cry when I'm gone, party it up," or something like that. Basically, like celebrate the life that they lived. So in that time, the real world kind of sucked. Too much was going on. I was in uni at the time, and I didn't know what to do, so I just started streaming. So if I went back in time to that kid, to that 2018 Liger who started streaming, I would have told him, one, you're afraid of the online world because you've been burned before,
Mm.
because that's what happened in the past. So please turn on the camera. Don't be afraid. That's the reality. We all have our experiences. Racism was obviously a big thing for me, being of Middle Eastern descent.
Right.
When you go online, they hear your voice, you sound a bit wog. Wog must mean this,
Of course.
this.
Yeah.
Before you know it, the T word drops, explosion sounds, they start to mock your.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone knows where it goes. So it was a very tough time online.
Yeah.
I only wish I just basically said, I only wish I had the confidence that I had after like maybe say year 2 of streaming when I was like, I don't care about any of you, man. You're all getting dropped. Like I only wish I had that mentality. Because in
Mm.
all honesty, that version of Liger in 2018 didn't like WOG culture. It took me joining your community, Joey, to start to understand WOG culture really again. Because I didn't like the way WOG culture was thrown at me just because the way I sounded.
Yep.
And I didn't get it. But as I sort of understood different people in world culture, because I was in a bubble, obviously growing up in like a private religious school as a kid, I had certain friends. Being on Twitch, going online, it opened my view to the rest of the world. So that was a very transformative time for me starting out as a streamer. But ultimately, if I go back, I'd tell myself, turn on that camera. Who cares if it's a trash Logitech C720 or whatever it is? Turn on the camera, be yourself. Don't hide things. Don't try to please other people. Um, Play that silly game that you want to play. Uh, Stream with a rubbish mic if you have to. Go do IRL streams on a trash phone. Just do everything and fail at everything. Who cares? Because the sooner you fail, the sooner you learn, the sooner you prosper.
That's right. I agree. I actually agree. You have to go through all the failures. You do.
Yeah.
And being able to own it and to move past and learn and grow.
Mhm.
That's the big thing. How many years
I
did
also
it?
would have told him. Last
Yep.
thing, I also would have told him shave bald. I think it was like a secret weapon when I did this. I don't know,
Reckon?
just give up on the hair. Nah.
Bro, I shaved again before I went to Perth, right?
Yeah.
And everyone's like, "Oh, yeah, you look so much better with it." Because I still wear beanies and stuff here and there, but I was just like growing it out. I was like, "Yeah, maybe I'll go back to this kind of hairstyle, whatever it is." But I feel so free. It's just liberating, isn't it?
There's for me, like maintaining a bald head, I purposely prefer like as bald as possible because for me it's like a discipline,
Right.
and I like that, and you feel fresh. And I draw a connection to my uncle who's also bald, but he's very fit, like very like gym, crazy strong. You know, he's the rock in our family basically. Um, but for me, I like that because he has good discipline. He's always well shaven, his beard's trimmed. He's
Mm.
very educational to us, like very pious, very like a good. He's like the cool, fun uncle, but also like the older brother uncle in a way as well. So I do look up to him a lot. Shout out to him, of course. And he always cracks the funniest jokes. He always sends the funniest memes in the family chat. And for me, like when I was going to that bald era, I was like, it's a good road for me. If I
Mm.
look good bald and I follow the same like sort of discipline he has, I think I'll be down a good path. And I get it now. I get why people go bald because a big thing for for men's mental health is receding hairlines, thinning of hair. I definitely got destroyed. I would have like thinning hairline and then hair and then a thin patch and then a bald patch and then hair.
Yeah.
It was very frustrating, and I used to wear the bandana to kind of hide it. Let's be honest. I was kind of hiding it, but the bandana kind of helped me feel like the hairline's not a problem. Keep my hair up and bunched up. It'll look cool. And it did
Yep.
look cool, but in my head, I was like, it's a mask.
Mm.
So when the bald era came, when my community said 1,000 subs, we're shaving your head bald, whether you like it or not, and 7 of my friends came over and shaved my head bald live on a subathon 300 hours in or something, I was like, it's out of my control. I trust these people. Let's do it. And everyone in the world said the worst thing ever to me I could ever experience in my life, and I hate it till this day. Hey, you look good bald.
Ah.
Hey, not bad.
Yeah.
Hey, looking good. And I'm like, stop complimenting me.
Yeah, because
I don't want
it's
this.
so long. It's like a long thing that's like kind of coming because
Yeah,
I'm very similar in the way of like
yeah,
my older hairstyle was shaving the
mm,
sides and then having my hair
yeah.
slicked back.
Samurai,
Yeah, yep. But
samurai boy. I
as
love it.
the time went on for it, I shaved it as part of a similar thing, like during a subathon. For I'm
Hmm.
like, oh, I'll just shave it,
Hmm.
and then I did it, and then tried to grow it all back for it. It just didn't work
Yeah.
that time.
Mm.
It just didn't. It was just kind of like holding on to, But now I feel free.
Yeah.
I feel free. Like,
Comfortable.
yeah, I'm just very comfortable. I feel you feel more like yourself, like you said, that disciplinary. Um, it's such an important trait, especially when it comes
Mm.
down from folks who you look up to, you even bestow it upon yourself.
Hmm.
But that I feel like it's a very, very, very important trait. Speaking of disciplinary, I
Ooh.
want to shift it a little bit.
Ooh.
Twitch has been very topsy turvy in a lot of
Mhm.
disciplinary actions and how they change a lot
Oh.
of rules and everything for it. How do you feel the state of Twitch is right now?
State of Twitch. Let's talk. You mean in what? Give me specifics. What do you want me to specifically go at? Like,
Um, More so of like the meta or like what's
the meta.
happening
Okay.
now in terms of these programs that were just for partners and now seeping out to those who are
Okay.
unpartnered and
Okay.
50-50 splits and everything. Do you think it's in a good state right now?
Okay. In my opinion, when it comes to Twitch partner, let's work on that first. 70 average viewers. Not true. Everyone knows it's 100. Right?
So it's
Allegedly.
it's 75 to get to
75.
75. It used to be
Yeah.
150, I believe. I
Yeah.
think.
So from what we know over the years, from the amount of streamers we've both known, especially chat knows, probably have watched them as well. We know so many people who've dropped 14 applications, averaging 80 viewers consistently, months on end, rejected. Then some people barely hitting set of 75, apply once, straight in,
Mm.
which means it's okay. They obviously have certain metrics they want to fill. And it's never that, like, let's say for our example, we assume the Twitch ANZ team was responsible for that in our region. So we know that they're trying to fill a certain quota. They're trying to bring in more diversity, and that's okay. That's a good thing because if we notice that in patterns in other work fields and other industries, it leads to a better overall, safer environment for everyone. Because, like, let's say you go to HR and you're, let's say, yeah, you're like me. You're the son of an immigrant. You go to HR and you go there, and they all look like Dick Smith.
Mm. Yep.
And then you're like, yeah, this guy was offending me because he said this about my grandmother who's this and that, and it's just like, oh, dude, what? I don't get it. How's that offensive? You're like, it's offensive because so, and they're like, yeah, I don't get it, mate. Sorry. And it's just weird. But if you go there and there's someone there who kind of reps your people
Yep.
and gets the dynamic, they're like, I understand. You feel safer. So
Mm.
in Twitch, they want diversity because it's an entertainment based industry. So not allegedly, sorry, commonly everyone knows what was it predominantly in gaming. It was male dominated. A lot of
Yep.
the times when you go look at all the pro players, generally from, let's say, early on and back in the day, let's say like League of Legends, for example, it was predominantly NA people, audience. It was rare to get folks from other countries. Now we know if you expand, right, there is, like, for example, Overwatch's last tournament, the UAE clapped. They won. No
Mm.
one expected that. You go to different things like League now. When they expanded to, let's say, Korea years ago, Korea's number one now in League. So many different games. You go to like CS. I think the French at one point were clapping them. They were going hard.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
all different things. Like you never know until you expand and give them an opportunity. In Smash Brothers Melee, an old 2002 GameCube game, still to this day is playing hard. Right now, the goats are, yeah, they're on stream. They're playing like Mango's from C9 and TSM, Leffen, and things like that. All those crazy people. These are like people who know these people know they are the Smash Brothers goats, right? Or you see the people who they're talking about now, I think some kid from Pakistan. He's
Mm.
absolutely destroying everyone.
Yep.
The guy is born after the game
Yep.
came out, and he's destroying everyone.
It's the same with
You
Dota.
don't know.
Same thing with Dota.
Exactly.
The
Yeah.
15-year-old kid who was Australian born, who was of Chinese heritage. He was 15.
Yeah.
Man, what's his name? If anyone in chat knows who I'm talking about, he was 15 years old. 15 years old, man. Got his milli. Won like millions in tournaments and stuff already for it. That's crazy. It's crazy for it.
But
And
like,
it's the same thing, yeah.
So specifically on what I'm trying to say is, in Twitch, we need that too. We need that diversity, especially cultural diversity is a mad thing. Because for those who, let's say, folks here grew up in Australian schools, right? I could name, I swear to you, in my classroom, 20 different cultures. In my grade, probably this like 30 or 40. That's how diverse it was. So in schools, everyone else knows this. Everything was what I believe the phrase they call it a melting pot. Different cultures, things like that. You know. So I had friends who were from Indonesia, from Malaysia, from China, from Pakistan, from Bangladesh, from Afghanistan, from Lebanon, from Sweden, from like really different places and stuff like that. Some people had European background, some people had New Zealander background, specifically Maori background as well. And I was the Middle Eastern, so I'm not just one. I have Egyptian, Syrian, and Lebanese. Those are my three that come. So no one is ever just solid one thing. No one's like, I am 100% something.
Yeah.
That's sort of the thing. So in my opinion, when it comes to Twitch, what I want right now, I think when it comes to the criteria, if someone gets that number, they earned it. Stick to your rules, give them what's right. If someone mucks around, stick to your rules, drop the ban. Don't give special treatment to the special cases who make you the money.
Yeah.
I get why it's business. I get it. But look, you can just be transparent, all right? And you can easily give it. Because I tell you what, if someone is out here pumping it and they are from, let's say, a diverse background and they barely get 75 viewers and they get accepted in, they're not going to be happy. People will think, oh, they're going to take. No, they're going to feel like, did they just do this because of a diversity hire, like in businesses? Did they just do this because of this? Did I really earn this? Do I really deserve this? And what's going to happen is it's going to give them a false sense of success. And then they're going to drop viewers after that, because after the push for partner, you do drop. So if it's a barely push for partner, you're going to drop. That is the most demoralizing thing for a streamer to hit after partner, and you're just going to fall off. And it's going to suck. So ideally, if you want to make it 75, make it 75 for everyone. Make it fair. If they hit it, they hit it. If they don't, they don't. But I agree. If you want to be real with it, make it 100. Straight up, change it now to 100. I'm cool with that. When it comes to 50-50, keep it for affiliates. Of course, I'd love for it to be 80-20. And then if you're a partner, make it 90-10. I'd love that. Okay. I'm 100% streamers get more, because at the end of the day, Twitch will make more. Mathematically, if the viewer is sitting there thinking, I'm giving you $10, you're getting 9, Twitch is getting 1, they will give more than when they think, I'm giving you 5, Twitch is taking 5.
Yep.
All right. It's called cost cutting. Anyone who does a business degree or learned business in school, you know, you're going to make more when you put things on sale. When you charge less, you're going to sell more. You're going to think, oh, but my stock's going to run out quicker. But it does teeter out later on, and it does make you more profit later. And it does build goodwill. It does build return customers who come back and buy other things, who come back to Twitch and subscribe to other streamers, because they think to myself, I'm getting my bank, I'm getting the bang for my buck here. This is worth it. I'm helping that streamer directly. Yes, Twitch gets a kick. That's why, for example, Twitch streamers get tips and donos, because they get majority of it. And the company that helps them collect those donos takes a small cut, but donos happen more. That's why people are now shifting to donathons instead of subathons. Like subathon it's a subathon. It's cool. It's the thing to do. It's a bucket list for every streamer. I recommend every streamer try to do a subathon. But now it sucks when you're looking at it and you're like, should I do a donathon or a subathon? What do I need more? What's going to motivate my community to support more? What's going to motivate me to provide even better content for? You know, that's why, I think just to circle it back to the question, ideally, I think Twitch, surprisingly, it's probably in its best state ever. It kind of sucks that we had layoffs. A lot of good people are gone, especially in ANZ. We lost so many good people. We're worried now we're not getting grassroots. We're worried we're not getting Women's Month. We're not worried we're not getting
Mm.
NAIDOC. Worried so many other things are not going to be supported because we don't see anything from that Twitter account anymore.
Yep.
When so many of us, I've applied for grassroots for 5 years straight. I have not gotten in. And I have, of course, raged to the end of the moon in my Discord channels, my friends fuming because I'm human. And I apply and I apply and I apply and I try and I try and I don't get it. Do I give up? No. I still put on my best. I still support my fellow streamers who do get in. And I say, look, when my time comes, my time will come.
Yep.
So at the end of the day, when even the basic philosophy of content creation, you can be 95% skilled, but that means nothing until you get that 5% luck. You can be ready, but if you don't get that moment, doesn't matter how ready you are. You could be the best streamer ever. You could be the most talented. You could be Mr. Beast's dad. you could be better than him at everything he does. But if you don't get that break in the algorithm, you're not going to beat him. You could be better than who's the number one like streamer now on Twitch? Who's it?
It's
Who's it now?
probably either Jinxie or Kai is still up there. I'd probably say Queso is right up there.
Yeah.
I probably say Jinxie's really on there.
You could be more, wider than Queso. You could be funnier than Queso, but you ain't gonna get the opportunity that Queso got. You could Jinxie revived Rainbow Siege. You could revive the entire RTS genre.
Absolutely, yeah.
But you won't get your moment, and you won't be the next Jinxie. But guess what? The next Jinxie, right? Doesn't matter, because when we look at Jinxie, we don't say he's the next Kai. We don't say Kai was the next XQC. We don't say XQC
he's the
was
first
next
Jinxie.
Exactly. Everyone's the first of whatever.
Yep.
The only people who are the next, we don't know who they are because there never will be a next. Everyone is individual. Everyone is unique. And that's why they're there. Because with that uniqueness, with the conviction to stream to one viewer for a year.
So when you're talking about like the everyone uniqueness and having that luck for it, I actually completely agree, where a lot of this can take so much of your own charisma, of your own work. It doesn't matter how many hours you put of your 24 hours into it. You could put 10 hours into it. You could have nothing come back from it. You could. It's all. A lot of it is RNG. At the end of the day, it really is. If you don't get any of the push that you're doing all these kind of things. So coming back to the Twitch question, let's just say if you have like an application of doing like a grassroots or something, it boosts your viewers, you get on the front page, some people come for it. It's like a spotlight that's given there, and you can take advantage of that limelight because you can for it, because all these little RNG chance things, you gotta take them. You do. So whether it's going into that spotlight and stuff like that, it's small things like not having a Twitch ANZ presence or not having those people in there or whatever it is for it. It sucks. It sucks a lot. It does. But
it's being rebuilt. It's mixed with the APAC Twitch thing. We saw some tweets, but it's just like it's not the same.
It's not.
We're not seeing the action.
No.
It's just we lost something. We lost something big.
Yeah, and I can tell you, I'm already like just watching the changes unfold because being a partner for it, you can see the things behind the scenes for it. It sucks more so. But with that being said, at least it's not gone completely. A lot of people will take a lot of things into their own hands, whether we are given this platform. But I want to ask you, if there was no Twitch platform, what would you be doing?
If there was no Twitch, and I know cop out like, I'd be a YouTuber, obviously, right? Like nothing content creation wise.
Oh, just anything. Yeah. Either way, if Twitch ceased to exist in the end of April, Twitch is going to be stopping its operations. Where would Liger go? What would he do?
Well, I can't go to the green platform because Gamba is bad for me.
Yeah.
Would I try a YouTube stream? I would most likely go to YouTube streaming. I'd put more time on TikTok streaming because I know that that's got a lucrative field. But honestly, I would do what my younger self would have wanted to do since forever, is do YouTube. Just YouTube. Like videos, whatever, you name it. I think that'd probably be my next avenue. But if I couldn't go down content creation path, like if Twitch and content creation just all's gone.
That was my part B question. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. That's all right. Yeah.
If I couldn't go down, what would I do?
So just nothing in the realm of doing
Nothing in
any.
the real content. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, family business.
Yeah.
Nah, it's too obvious. I wouldn't do that. I used to do accounting. I don't think I'd go back to that. I would probably. Oh, that's a tough one. What would I do? Okay, you know what? I would help my brother with business ventures. Uh, because I think I can take the social media and marketing experience that I've learned over the 6 years on Twitch. I think I'd be able to translate that to different businesses.
Yeah.
Like, for example, let's say um, I meet a lovely woman, and she runs a Instagram cooking business, or she sells like scarves or fancy like
Yep.
little jewelry or things like that. Shout out if you're out there. I love you.
So that's
I
that's
love
the
you, though.
ideal woman for Mr.
I just need
Liger,
a
is
girl
it?
who's like, yo, I game for a living, and she's like, that's mad. Instead of that's cringe. If she says it's cringe, it's not happening.
Yeah. Yep.
Right. So if
Step it.
there's any let me do my pitch, Joey. Please let me do my pitch, please, bro.
By all means.
Listen, if there's any girls from my culture out there who are okay with Twitch, please DM me. I'll message your dad. We'll make it legit. We'll do it formal. All right. Proper marriage, proper everything. I'll get you like a cow's weight in gold.
Which
I
era
got,
are
I
we
got my
going
suit ready.
back to?
But anyway, listen, bro, I'm trying to get married, bro. Relax.
Oh, okay. You do your thing.
I'm kidding.
Pop
I'm
off.
kidding. But yeah, to answer your question, I do business. I do logistics. I would do a lot more. I think volunteering and charity work, because for me, it sounds so sappy. I sometimes don't like to succeed. I'd rather see people around me succeed. So I'm okay with being someone's strategist,
Right.
someone's number two. Um, or like, let's say a friend of mine was running for mayor, I'd be like right hand man, set up everything for him. Because
PR.
sometimes
Yep.
I feel like when I'm number one priority, I don't see what's around me. But I feel like when I'm watching someone else, I see everything around them and I've got their back, if that makes sense.
It
So
does.
like when like for example in school with like captaincy and SRC and stuff like that, I sort of filled that role a little bit in some ways because I pushed myself into it, because I said I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this. But I was never the top dog captain. But I was like, I'm gonna put more effort than everyone combined. And I noticed that was my field of expertise. I noticed whenever I'm helping someone else, I'm like way more optimal than ever. So when it comes to streaming, the real me, um, is basically that for AvatarLiger, if that
Right.
makes sense.
Right.
So I'm not the Rock. I'm not talking about myself in third person, but you get my point. Like I look outside in. I'm not saying I look at it as a character. I look at Liger as like a superhero persona. All right,
Right.
he's the like, for anyone who watched Hero Academia, the hero in that show, his name is All Might. Basically, when he flexes, he goes into a muscled state, his superhero state. But when he relaxes, he's just a normal person.
Right.
So for me, it's like whenever I put on my shoulder harness that I wear normally on stream, today I decided to put a suit on just for Joey, Whenever
Thanks.
I freshly shave my head, whenever I put these headphones on, for me, it's like suit up, go time, right? Like I'm ready, I'm in the mode, and then I'm like, I'm performing, I'm entertaining. I feel like I'm in the most confident state I can be, and I'm like fully like self-aware of what I'm doing.
Mm.
And I think to myself, what's the best thing for me to do for me? If that makes sense. Because I
Right.
know I prefer to help other people, but I said to myself, if you can't help yourself, if you can't even help yourself, what are you doing? You can't be going around telling people you should do this, you should do that, if you can't even prove it to yourself. So that's what I learned in streaming was, you're good at this. How can you be good at this for yourself now?
Mm.
So that's what I try to do.
I like
Try.
that. I like that answer because, not to try and overshadow or to, but I relate. That's why I can only refer it to myself. When I wear this chain, it's my that's kind of like it's not like a bravado. It's a
Yeah.
it's like who you are or who you put yourself out there. It's a newfound confidence. You feel like it's like a new man or it's like going into a Super Saiyan mode or like into a different state kind of thing. you're like,
Yeah,
this
shout
is
out.
me for it. But off stream, Joey's very relaxed, very like analytical of his on screen itself. So I totally understand it.
Yeah.
The last question I want to ask before I want to get into some clips, into some
Oh, snap.
photos.
Oh, no.
Yeah, put it on to you, huh?
Okay.
You and I actually have some connections pre-Twitch. Could
Oh.
you explain it to the folks?
How far do we go back? Alright, so before we were both born, our parents fought in a great war. I'm kidding.
I help you with this.
Guys, if you're wondering why a certain country is currently I'm kidding. It doesn't exist anymore. We took it out. It's in the middle of the Pacific. No, I'm kidding.
We're not going that far. We're going far. We're going far.
I'll bring it. All right, let's talk what 2010s era. Let's take maybe
Oh
there.
man,
Somewhere there.
I'd probably
Alright.
have to say 2014, 15
So
maybe.
yeah, all right. So let's talk. Everybody knows World of Warcraft. I was not allowed to play because my brother said, "Get out of my face! You're not paying $20 to play a game." So I would only know what's going on through my school friend, aka Wolfie-san. You've seen him in chat, guys. Absolute menace. Love him. So he would play Warcraft, and he would play with his brother and a couple other of my brother's mates, and he would also play with shout out Davey B if anyone remembers that streamer. Come
Yeah.
back, we miss you.
Yes, please.
And a few other people, another streamer, Kidu, if anyone knows Kidu, way back, and this guy, which way am I pointing?
Your
this guy, Mr. ASAP Joey.
Other way.
this guy, this guy down here. So this man met my school friend basically, and they were all part of the same guild. They were all part of, I believe, the guild. I don't know different names at the time. It may have been called Oz One. It may have been called Easy Claps. What are some other names the guild used to be called?
It was called Daybreak. It was Daybreak, and a lot of my mods here today are still with me today. You know,
Yeah.
So shout out to Puff. Shout out to me totems. Nomu, Doug,
Boys.
Nate. All these
Yeah.
are all the same boys who are in the same group. Yep, go on.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that bridge sort of connected. Friends of our friends all played together. So when the time came, I finally rocked up because I used to play Warcraft 3, the RTS game, because RTS was my love back in the day. I played RTS games. I loved Warcraft 3. Shout out Rexa, the GOAT. Shout out all of them.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out Thrall, Jaina. I know them because of that game, not WoW. I never played WoW. And then my boy, Illidan, I heard Wolfie's like, hey, Illidan's getting an expansion. I'm like, really? Okay, good. What's going on? Demon Hunter's a class. I'm in. I'm locked in. I don't care. I'm playing WoW. My boy is on. I wanted more than anything. I rocked up. My name, Ligerden. That's it. Straight away. Keep it simple. I already know who I am. They said pick Alliance or Herd. I said, get the hell out of my face. I'm picking Illidan. I don't want to deal with any of the blue or the red. We're going straight green and purple. we're going whole colors, man. And yeah, we played Legion. And I think Joey and I ran across each other, probably at the same clan, same raid, same everything. We started to meet people, maybe, but we didn't know each other yet.
True.
We didn't know each other yet, right? And I met people and I got thrashed on WoW because I didn't have the expertise that Joey and other people had. I'm like, why can't I control multiple of us at once? What do you mean? What's going on? And so I played Legion. I loved it. And then the next expansion came and I said, hey, goodbye. I'm not bothered. Illidan's out. This is me too. All right. Then comes Twitch. I rock up one day. I'm on Twitch browsing with my childhood friend from kindergarten, Luke Goblino. You all know him in the chat. We're browsing. We're like, hey, why is this guy wearing a pink suit on Twitch? We go in. Who's this guy? Or you see, it's ASAP Joy. Like, all right, what's going on? He's talking with his community. He's vibing, doing memes. We're like, all right, one, here's how we know he's cool. Okay. One, he's pink guy. Already a 10. Already a 10. Two, he obviously knows Filthy Frank culture, which means similar interests. Three, the guy is pink guy on Twitch getting roasted in chat. So he needs support. And then 4, we start to realize this guy's one of us. He's got that ethnic flair. We start to realize, okay, let's watch this guy. Let's stick around. So I stick around. I start to meet the community. Shout out you lot in here in the chat. Some of you from back then as well. Whew, what a time. Then I tell Wolfie about this guy. And he's like, wait a minute. And he goes and he checks the roster and all the clans and checks all channels. He's like, yeah, bro, it's freaking Joey from WoW, bro. I'm like, what? Yeah, it's like Joey from WoW, bro. We played this, played that. This guy, yeah, he was part of the Muppets on the side. We don't know about them. I'm joking. It's just Wolfie, bro.
Okay.
No, I'm joking. No, but there was a bit of a connection made. And then I knew Mo more because I did raid with Mo and Legion, I think, yeah?
I think so, maybe.
I think so.
Maybe.
But the biggest factor to this whole story is one man. The guy who ran the show. It's not Wolfie. It's Wolfie's older brother, aka Dr. Terra, aka the guild leader. Everyone knew this man. This man was known, and this man was loud. Yeah. All right. I swear to you, you guys need to know something right now. Okay. When I played Legion, this is what happened. I'm playing with him. He's like, dude, we need to get your DPS up. We need to get your tank up. We need to do this. He cared about me. He wanted me to step up because he knew I'm a gamer and I can handle it, but I'm new to WoW. So I'm sitting there. He's getting me ready. He's getting me ready. I'm like, all right, cool. And we're playing till like 7 a.m. It's like, dude, I like go to sleep or something like that. He's like, all right, you go to sleep. The reason why is because I have an appointment with him. He's my doctor. He's my GP at 9 a.m. How many of you could raid with your doctor the night before and then go to his appointment the morning after? The guy does not sleep.
I think it was.
He doesn't sleep.
I think it was so cool that Wolfie was one of the big connectors, and to hear that you said Terra, I was like, oh, I had to go. I had to check this because you obviously had all this other side, and then I had my side with all my boys. I was like, oh yeah, Terra from fuck, what is it? I think it was just easy. It was easy.
Yeah, easy. It was easy claps, wasn't it, or something like that?
Nah, it was just like
easy.
It was. I think it was just easy or something like that.
It was
whatever
easy
it was.
with a Y, right?
Nah, nah, it was just easy.
I'm blanking. I wish I knew. Wish I could remember.
Yeah, I'd have to ask exactly what, but because some of those boys already crossed with Corey or with with Cutie and then all my boys, I knew them. It was like okay, and then the thing that connected you and I think was Devi. This is where Devi comes in.
Yeah,
because I played with Devi like years and years before, and I found out that he was starting to get into streaming, and he was playing a lot of he was doing some WoW stuff, and then he ventured into Dead by Daylight things. So shout out to Devi B, we miss you, bro.
Shout out, we miss him. And if people don't know what Devi did in OCE, he was the #1 killer in DBD.
That's not even an exaggeration.
Not even a joke.
He is the #1 killer. He is
still
rated #1. Yeah, still is. So with my boys, I knew who Devi was. I knew him. Yeah. And then I saw him on stream one day, and I think it was you who made the connection. Like, oh yeah, you seen this guy before? I'm like, Devi. I'm like Devi. I'm like, oh my god. It's like, as in like, oh my god, is that Devi, bro? Bro, is that Devi?
Is that
what's
Devi?
going on? An old joke from like me and the boys. Oh, is that Devi? I was like, is that the same Devi? He's like, bro, no way, because I only just got into it. So you and I linked up for we re-linked with Devi, and then he knew other people. He knew Wolfie, of course, and then with Carla as well and everything. Like it just started to it just started to unfold. World. Yeah, my boys in my world. Yeah, my boys in my world crossed with you and your boys and with Wolfie and his brother and your brother's playing with it. I thought it was the biggest
because
it was incredible.
Because of Dota. That was my brother and Wolfie's older brother, and a lot of the WoW boys all started on Dota.
Yeah.
Because obviously that was original Warcraft. It was a mod. And then WoW came and they all splintered off to WoW or splintered off to Dota 2.
It was all with raiding.
Still play to this day.
It was all raiding.
You know what they're doing?
Was just big. Yeah.
You know what they're doing? I'll tell you something. These guys, they're about, they're 8 years older than me. So some of them they have kids now.
Yep.
And guess what? I get a message last night, 2 a.m. Steam invite, Dr. Terra, come play Helldivers.
No.
I'm like, I wish to be like him when I'm his age.
Yeah.
Dude, the guy is living life. He's bro. I remember playing with them Rocket League. They're like, I need to switch to controller because it's easier for me to hold the baby and play a one-handed controller. And then like they're playing like this. They're playing like this. The baby's holding them, and they're playing with. I'm like, bro, respect, man. That's fatherhood to me. I'm still
Absolutely.
gaming and I'm taking care of my baby.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to carry that over with your
But yeah, long story short, everyone was connected by one person.
yeah.
Everyone was one step from knowing each other if they connected one of their friends. That's sort of the community we had. If you link Melbourne and Sydney gaming communities, that's the vibe that we kind of got. So yeah, as you were saying, but the whole community, yeah, it's very linked up. It's
Yeah.
really cool. We met each other through that. We started to come to each other's streams.
Yep.
We started to realize we're into the same things. We knew the same people, and everything was like, it feels good to be on this platform with someone who you feel like we could have grown up together. We could have been in school together. All that stuff. We could have been in the same suburbs.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, we're only a state away, but we were connected way more than that.
Yeah. It just went it ran deeper, and I think having something like this with all the negativity that it goes with Twitch and all these other updates and whatever it is or whatever news has come out for it, I always take those great positives with, like, I can meet like 1, 2, 3 fucking like 50 people, like 50 straight people from me after all the bad people that's come across from that 50 people will always mean a bit more, you know. But yeah, that's why I wanted to ask you, because I knew that you would get it, but I'm glad that we could give a bit of context for everybody. Now for part 2, so that was part 1, just getting to know you, just a bit of backstory about Liger.
Right.
I've got a few clips that I've got here. I just want to go through different scenarios, different conversations that we've already talked about. I'd like to go through a few and just explain what it is for each. So if you just pull up my stream, I'll play the clip for you just on this side here, and just tell me your initial thoughts on it all for it. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, I'll play it through. Just respond whenever you can. After I ask you a question. All right.
Yep.
This next video will be our last announcement. Please take a look.
That's right. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! No! It's Paper Mario. It's Paper Mario. Paper Mario. Dude. Don't tell me it's a sequel. Is it a remake? It's a remake of Thousand Year Door. Oh my god! It's a remake, bro! It's a remake of Thousand Year Door.
I'm just gonna pause it there.
Yep.
Paper Mario. You were describing earlier that, you know, massive Nintendo fan, reacting to this kind of content when something like this comes out. How important is having, you know, childhood or, you know, adulthood, young adulthood, wherever it first may come out? I don't know too much about Paper Mario stuff, but when you have something like this, how much does it mean to you, and how you can bring those joys into your like streaming life?
Okay. Paper Mario came out on the GameCube, my favorite console, because it was the console we got when I was at an age where I could game.
Yep.
Played many games on that. So for me, Paper Mario is a very special game because when I was that young, I didn't beat it. I tried and I tried and I tried the final boss, and I could not beat it at that age. I can't remember how young I was, very early teens, maybe 12 even.
Yep.
Not too sure. If anyone can check the date when it came out, that's how old I was. But yeah, so I couldn't beat it. Then came 2018, my first year of streaming. And for me, I did play some little games here and there, but the first like full stream playthrough was Paper Mario, 1000 Year Door, that GameCube game. I said, let me beat this game. It's got nostalgia. It's got dialogue. So I did voice acting on stream. Some characters would talk like this and some would talk like this. And I did it. And it was embarrassing. But I said, if I can do this, if I can make myself look like a fool in my first year of streaming, I'm unstoppable later. So I went all out for Paper Mario. So much so, I used to average maybe 10 to 20 during those days. The first time you ever get that big raid is when you're like, whoa, is this what it feels like?
Mm.
So when I did Paper Mario, I got raided by a friend of mine, shout out GB. She raided me with 300 plus people. This is the first big raid you've experienced as a streamer. If anyone's a streamer ever gotten that first big raid, whoa. So that was the game where I'm like, I'm a streamer. I streamed it. People came from that stream. People stuck around and came back later on in the weeks to watch me finish the game who came from that raid.
Gotcha.
A lot of my core community members, a lot of my mods came from that playthrough, came from that time when I was going ham on that game. That game was 10 out of 10 nostalgia. It still is looked at as a very great game today. And I was losing my mind because in that Nintendo Direct, at the start, I said Metroid. Full copium thinking we're going to get Metroid 4, guys. We're not getting it. I did not expect to see the game that I consider the game where I'm like, this game made me a streamer. This game was my rite of passage to prove to myself, if I did ever rock up one day and I had 10,000 viewers, I've got the chops to entertain them.
Gotcha.
I can do this.
Yep.
And I didn't have face cam back then as well when I played that game. So for me, when I saw that remake, my heart jumped. And I was like, in that clip, I want to play this game. I want to stream this game. I want to marathon it. I'll subathon it or whatever. Mariothon it or whatever. Paperthon. I'll do paper cranes, whatever you want.
Yep.
I'll do whatever. I'm going to drop everything I'm doing on Twitch and I'm streaming this game because I want to pay respect to that era when I streamed that game 6 years ago. I want to pay respect to the game because it was a very, very pivotal game for me when I was a kid. It was the first, one of the first difficult games I tried to figure out, and I didn't beat it. And for me to then in 2018 on stream after hours and hours of playing that game, beat it with my community, wow, that was satisfying. To see it getting a remake in the modern era, I was like, it'd be fun to run it one more time. So that's why I'm hyped. That's why I'm hyped for that remake. It's coming out in May.
Oh, is it this May? Is it? Because that direct was last year.
Yeah, late last year. Yeah,
I remember I was watching it too, and you obviously were react to it too. So for someone like me who never played any Paper Mario stuff or anything like that, and then hearing your story where you're like, I played the original one, so I was just doing it, was playing it. Now it's kind of like for you, do you think it's something to prove or something to fulfill the purpose of doing it in a different AvatarLiger version of now, right?
Yeah, not Liger Zero or Liger Legendary, whatever it was back then. Yeah, it's time to give it the full respect, the high quality, the frame rate, not a 720p 30 FPS stream. Give it the shorts treatment. Give it the YouTube treatment, maybe make some videos. I want to give it my full respect and undivided attention because I feel like I owe it to that game. Special place in my heart, definitely. So for me to lose my mind on that game, I'm not doing that overacting streamer nonsense. That was all real.
Yeah.
And also the emotion was because I was devastated Metroid didn't happen. But it's okay. It's all right. They got lucky. I was sad for Metroid, but the emotions turned into joy for Paper Mario. So fair enough. Fair enough.
Okay. All right, that was that's 1 out of 5. I'll tell you how many there are. There's just 5.
I won't waffle. I won't waffle too much. I'm sorry. I get into it.
No, it's fine. It's cool. I prefer it really.
All right, easy.
I just like to give a bit of context stuff and a few different a few different scenarios and see how you look back or you at this current stage is how you can look back now, whether it's 2 years ago in this clip, for example. So in this clip,
let's watch.
This is during one of your subathons, correct?
Yep. This is the big one.
Yep. This is the big one, right? So I'll just play it really quickly. I'll just play the clip. You can talk over it because it's just you guys playing the game. So just walk me through it.
Well, long story short, ladies and gentlemen, your boy finally did an uncapped subathon. And I did it because I had just moved into my new apartment. I finally took the step after 3-4 years of streaming, and I said I want to go to the next level. I want to try IRL content. I want to try more variety content. I want to bring my friends over. I have space. We can get loud. We can do things we've always wanted to do, always want to make YouTube videos about. And I said to myself, I made a group chat with my friends and I said, guys, let's do it. Let's rock up. Let's come over and let's do things. Let's play. So, for example, we played the helmet game in that clip. If anyone's watched Sidemen, they've played the helmet game in one of their more Sidemen videos. It is the most simple and funniest idea ever. You simply put a helmet on the person sitting down in the middle of the chair, and their role is to guess who slapped them. Now, the reason why you wear a helmet is to protect you. So everyone's going to do it. And the idea is you turn around and you observe facial expressions and try to figure out, based on the force, the timing, and the damn face, who the hell slapped me. And in that clip, Goblino was dead set looking at my boy Wick's face and was like, started laughing, like, I know I got this right. Getting up, it's going to be him. And then as he stands up, no, it wasn't him because I think it was me. So basically, we're emulating each other's styles. Sometimes you do a light tap, sometimes you do a full smack. There's another clip. One of the guys in that went for a straight headbutt. He just went down, just going for it. So at the end of the day, that was me doing the subathon, getting my friends in. And I said, look, I want to do something special for my community. They've helped me get to this point where I can even afford to move out. Let me do a subathon. Let me get all these ideas we want to do for years: horror games, adventure games. Played through Witcher. We did. I did a pie to the face. I did juice dry scoops. I did. We took them out for IRL streams. We did barbecue. We did cooking elements to it. Sleep cam was definitely on. At one point, I was sleeping one of the nights, and Goblino was sitting in this chair playing Phasmophobia with the community, holding it down.
I actually remember when you went to sleep on the couch and he took over and I was talking to him, saying hi and stuff like that. It's a cool element. Yeah. The reason why I brought that up, sorry, I just wanted to say, the reason why I brought it up was in terms of bringing your friends, some of who you've known since you're a kid, some who you've met through Twitch. I saw Cambrook on there. Cambrook's obviously in the community and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The reason why I wanted to bring that up is because, pertaining to my question beforehand earlier, where you have like friends who come on stream or those who are in your inner circle or close circle kind of thing, do you think it's important having these kind of people on screen, like face, like on the camera, essentially?
From about 2020, I noticed what was popping off on Twitch was ensemble streaming. Collabing is very forced, but if it's ensemble streaming, if it's little bits here and there, like when I used to jump into your streams randomly, oh, we're doing Overwatch, all right, let's pop in. Whenever I said like, oh guys, I'm playing Overwatch with tonight, here the tweets, here the ads, we just used to play. It was better, it was natural, and the community knew what was going down. So I believe ensemble streaming is the best thing. So they say for streamer, if you want to succeed and grow bigger, you need to become micro famous in other people's communities. It's a pretty weird phrase, but it's also true. But in my opinion, I feel like you don't need to do that. You just need to be a part of the community. You need to be a part of the brand. So it's like a TV show with the, what's the one with Tim Allen with his neighbor over the fence? You need to be like that.
Yeah.
Because I swear to you, anytime someone mentions that show, everyone remembers the neighbor on the fence.
That's right.
Even though he's a side character. Yeah. Because you need to be sprinkled in. That's it. You just need to be sprinkled in. You need to be that nice little cherry on the top of the sundae or the cake or whatever you want to call it. And people love that. Home improvement. That's the one. That's right. So ultimately, I think forcing yourself to do full-on collabs is fun. It is. Because sometimes if you advertise it right and if the actual content itself is entertaining, it'll pop off. But I think more lax, more, what do you call it? Spontaneous, ensemble-based. You know, like maybe one day I'm visiting Melbourne and then I'm just behind you, Joey. Like right now, turn around, bro. This is recording. I'm right there.
He's there.
That would be funnier. Those would be memorable moments. So, for example, when I was doing that subathon, I had a group chat with my friends. I said, guys, I'm doing a subathon. Message me. You're on the way. Things like that. One time, one of the guys, he's like, "Hey, I'm coming. I'm bringing my wife. We're gonna hold it down for you. Go see your family for a couple hours."
It's nice.
I'm like, "Seriously?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "We'll just play League." So my friend and his wife, they came, they sat, and they played League. And then that night in the morning, I was like, I'm really curious what that was like. How was the chat? How did everyone enjoy it? Because like I hadn't built them up as an ensemble yet, part of the community.
Yep.
And the chat loved it. They were a very endearing people. They were very entertaining people, and they were vibing. And I was like, I was losing my mind. I'm like, it worked. My theory worked, which was, yeah, you come to my stream, yeah, you come to watch Liger, but I want you to watch my life, my family, my friends, because that's who's my stream. So whenever, like, for example, I now do a podcast with Goblino, Wolfie, and Wix, we do a podcast, we film it. We definitely not consistent, but we said we at least should start. We should just start. So that's.
Well, I've been
there. And I
hearing
said
about
to
this
myself,
for years as well.
yeah, yeah,
I
exactly,
can vouch.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally. Because the first time we ever worked as those four together, we did a barbecue IRL stream like
That's right.
in 2020.
2020,
It
I
was
think.
in 2020.
Yeah.
So yeah. And then I showed them that photo literally today
By the
because guess
Fire
what?
Fridays,
Ladies
I
and gentlemen,
believe. Was it?
Friday by the Fires. That was the content. Yeah. I
Yeah,
used to call it Friday by the Fires.
Yeah.
But
Loves that.
wait, Friday by the Fire. Sorry. I haven't heard that phrase in a while.
I
But
loved
yeah.
all of that, by the way. I did.
Yeah, that was the let's try IRL era. Let's try variety. And it worked. It taught me a lot. But yeah, like even today at 6 a.m. For those who don't know, I'm fasting the month of Ramadan, so we wake up early and we eat before sunrise and things like that. The group chat message, they're like, "Hey, you want to film right after?" We're like, "You sure?" It's like, "Yeah, we'll be wide awake." All right, let's do it. So I'm awake early, and the boys are all outside my door at like 6 a.m., 6:30 a.m. ready to go.
Wow.
And we're doing, and we filmed the podcast. And then we just chilled and we played TFT and we played some Helldivers. And then I'm like, boys, I need to have a nap. I haven't slept properly. They're like, all right, go to sleep. And then I woke up and they were all gone already. They'd locked up and left. So I trust them. I've known them for maybe all of them easily, maybe like 15 years now. I've known Goblino for 21 years. So kindergarten homies. So for me, it's like I wouldn't be this good of a streamer without their support. Because when I'm not streaming, I'm messaging them. Well, guys, what do you think about this? What do you think about that?
Yes.
Wolfie is someone who, Joey will know this as well. Wolfie has been watching Twitch since longer than us have streamed combined. So he's been watching Twitch since forever. He's been watching Twitch back when Loserfruit was a small streamer. Actually, who's an absolute goat of OCE these days, right? So he knows a lot, and I always talk to him. I'm like, dude, I want to change my schedule to this. I want to do this and that. He's like this, and he gives me mad advice that no other streamer will give me. And most of the time, I take his advice, and it works. So for me, ultimately, just to bring it back, they're the ensemble. They come to streams because they get it.
Yeah.
Goblino knows meme culture. Weeks knows pop culture. Wolfie knows Twitch culture. Cambrook knows your community, but Cambrook and I grew close because we live near each other. So we hit it off. Other two friends in that video, one I know from my brother's mates way back, and another one I know because I met him in uni, but he knows that I stream now, and he's like, bro, I'll come help you whenever you want, bro. This is mad. I wish I could do this too. So for me, it's like, I'm not the only one doing this, because when I started streaming in 2018, I had a conversation with my friend Weeks, and I said, he's like, dude, we'd be the funniest YouTubers. This is what he said. It's like, bro, we'd be the funniest YouTubers. Everyone in chat, guaranteed you had a conversation with friends. Oh, we'd be the funniest YouTubers. We'd beat all these guys. We'd be the Sidemen of Australia. We'd be this, right? But someone just needs to like start. And I looked at that and I said, I'm doing it. I'm going to start. I'm going to do streaming because I think that's the first avenue I feel like I can comfortably start with. It's not too difficult compared to like actually YouTube videos.
Yep.
I've got a support system. I've got a community I'm already in. Let me try this. And then when the years came later, I said to the boys, I've been building this thing. Come on stream. Let's do something. Come through. Let's do something. That we should start a podcast. That's a funny one, Kondo.
True.
That's great. That's great. And I did that. And I beat that meme because I did that meme. All right. We started it.
You become it. Yeah. Yep.
Right. We became that meme.
Yeah.
No one wants four guys on a podcast. I don't care. I did it.
Listen, I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
I think having close peers who are not even just peers or people in the space, they become friends. They become good like good supporters who want to see you succeed.
Mhm.
So when you have people like that on your screen and you see how much of a natural support group it is just on that friendship level for it. A lot of the stuff where you just said, you know, you filmed something like 6 a.m. in the morning for it. You had to go to sleep and they're just like, yeah, we'll take care of it. It's all right. Don't worry. Go to bed. This, that. Even just Wolfie giving you the advice for it. It's actually coming full circle for it. That's how you and I have always operated, right?
Yep.
Which comes to the last clip. I was going to give you some more, but you already covered some of the other topics. So I don't need to. No, it's cool. It's great. I don't shaves down time for me. It's cool.
Cool.
The last clip I want to show you is actually one of the reasons why you were the inaugural People's Champion. If no one knows, or if anyone hasn't been here, every year we do an award show to give that spotlight and to shed some light on some very important people in the community. If you do know, Liger is the very first champion, the People's Champion. The very, very last award, the most prestigious award, had gone to him. So I just want to show you really quickly, just a little bit of the starting of the speech. Nothing too big. So I'll play it a little bit for everybody, and I'll get your thoughts on why you think this actually happened.
Champion, Mr.
I'll just play for a little bit.
AvatarLiger. That is you, my man. Would you like to say a speech? Would you like to say a speech? Hey.
Salutations, young E-Knights. I want to say I'm very honored to accept this award on behalf of all the good lads out there. We know what it's like to be loyal, creative, have a good laugh, muck around TTS and chat, know when to Drake clap, know when to Joey slam, know when to hit the nodders, know when to Omegalol, know when Joe Rogan's interviewing you, know when the Puma gang and the boys. How we doing? Represent. And good job everybody for being here tonight. Show wouldn't be happening without
Puma
you.
gang
Thank you very much, Joey, for the honor. Very much appreciate it, sir. You done well today.
I'll just pause it there for it.
Yeah.
How do you think from something that, you know, I've created for this, everything was not even, it's not even for the show. It was everything that I meant with giving out these awards, and shows your true character with everything for it. For something that everybody had, you know, undisputedly agreed with from especially the very first show that we had put on. How do you think carrying yourself as a champion with that title goes along with everything that you represent as Liger, the person, and into AvatarLiger, the streamer, content creator?
So it darts back to what I was mentioning earlier, which was I'm very good at being the tactician, the backup, the number two, right hand man, you name it. So whenever you did content, and I knew in my heart as a streamer, as a content creator, I know what you want, right? I learned very early, and not only me, Perma Gang, shout out those homies. We knew too. We knew what was the best option. We knew that we could come in, be casual. Hey, Joey, how's it going? Or we could come in and be like, hey, Joey, you suck, bro. 1v1 me right now. Like, we could just muck around, right? We knew what you wanted. We knew how to entertain, because we said, we're not coming in here trying to climb some hierarchical ladder and be like, oh, I'm a viewer. Oh, I'm a sub. Oh, I'm a VIP now. Oh, I'm a mod now. All right, bye. I'm AFK forever. Like, because a problem, some people always, they just try to climb, and then they just dip for some reason. It's like an achievement hunter or something.
Yeah.
We came through because we were a community. Funnily enough, during that award show, what was I doing? I was sitting in the VC in Discord with everyone else, and we were all like, what the hell is Liger getting snubbed for every award for? What's going on? It was like the best memer, the best on time, the best founder, the best this, everything snubbed. I'm like, bro, what's going on? I'm like, give me one, bro. Give me one, bro. Give me the simplest one. Give me the lightest one, man. What are you doing? And then all you see at the end is like, the reason why is because he wins this, bro. He wins the People's Champ. I'm like, I see now. I get the image. I get the vision. I was like, all right, cool, done. Respect. So when I came through acceptance speech, I said, I'm going to do what I've been doing. I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna crack all the Twitch memes that the community knows, all the inside house memes, everything. I'm gonna shout out the people who I know who, whenever we're in calls and we're like, "Oh, Joey's doing this stream on Sunday. Let's make a bunch of memes. We'll send them to him. Oh, he's doing this on that. A bunch of this. Send it to him." Right? Like we'll always muck around. We'll always do it, and we're like, "Hey, he's gonna hate this. Yeah, but the chat's gonna love it. Though we're doing it for sure." Like it was all about like it was a sort of team effort. So in a way, never did you really ask for it, but we knew we became the neighbor over the fence. Us in the chat who were like, we enjoyed the community, but we knew we can contribute to your content without you asking. Like we knew that we could do a lot to help you, and that's why I got that, because as a streamer, I know what I wanted from my own community. Not necessarily wanted, but would have loved, and I did get that. In my early years, I used to do community tournaments and community events and like PowerPoint presentations of quizzes, and people used to come through and people knew to play a role. I didn't even have to ask, and they came through and they role played, they put on accents. People knew. I love Twitch when people know the mission.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, if you can be a viewer, that's the best. If you can be a lurker, that's amazing. If you can be a chatter, that is amazing too. But if you can be part of the entertainment, you get it.
Yeah.
Which is what the pristine, perfect Twitch chat is the ones who are there to enjoy and the ones who are there to be a part of the content without needing to be directed or anything like that. If they just get it, they get it. They love it. The streamer loves it. The viewers who are just enjoying it are like, "Whoa, this community is sick, man." Like there's like I feel like I'm in a TV show. What's this dynamic, man? What is it? Was this planned?
Yeah.
What did they do? So like that's ideally that. So ultimately, I think that's the best thing. Like which is why streamers have soundboards and the chat controls it. Which is why streamers trust certain people with the ability to change their scenes sometimes to troll them, to put TTS even.
I was gonna say even TTS or even just having people to redeem something to do this, that, It's you become more of a supporting role for like you're a part of that stream. It's like theater where it's like an interactive theater where, you know, we might be the players on this stage, but people can join.
Improv theater. It's something I remember researching about, like American colleges, they do it. They're like, and this, the bang, bang. Now, audience, give us a suggestion. Someone's like, these nuts.
Yeah.
Okay. And then these nuts with it, and you have to work with it. You don't know what the hell's going to get thrown at you. You have to work with it, and you're going to get trolled. Yeah. But then you spin it, and then they're like, the guy said these nuts is like, fuck, that was good. Actually, I respect it. I won't tell him again. Next time he comes back, he gives a proper prompt. He helps out.
It's so funny. It just reminded me of a TikTok that I watched of a guy who does comedy, and he says like, "Someone give me a word" or something, and they go like, "My dead grandma." He's like, "Yeah, my dead grandma," and then like he turns it into like a sexual innuendo, you know. So anything that anyone like spouts out from the crowd, he'll turn it into a rhyme or like an innuendo. Everyone laughs every time. It's like that, what you just said, the improv like theater thing. I think it's incredible. Being able to do stuff live stream or doing more so things like off your feet and getting everyone involved. Like I am someone who has a clear direction. I'm like, yep, point A, B, and C, these have to go in this order. But then if someone in chat is like, oh yeah, I want to talk about this, it's like, okay, now you got to run with this. And it could take the whole complete B section out, and you're like, oh, okay, cool, all right. Now what then? Like that just had like an hour's worth or something. It's I love that. It's incredible.
It's just, it falls into place. It's amazing.
It does, yeah, and that's why I love having that element of being able to do your own thing, but the players in the audience or players in the whatever it may be, you can step up from the seat and you can throw something at the stage and they'll use that as a prop or something, you know? Like it's I love that live interaction part.
Yeah.
Speaking of parts, we are going into part 3. Now, part 3 is I know we've talked, but these are just around about 10 questions I want you to just throw at me. This is just the quick questions that I have for you. Just answer as quick as you can. And I guess as short as you can. Are you ready?
Okay, ready.
All right. Question 1. Who is a celebrity you get mistaken for? Stumped on the first one.
The Rock.
Oh yeah.
Maybe.
Okay, I'll take that.
take it,
What
we'll
is
take
your
it.
favorite game of all time?
Red Alert 2.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
PC RTS game. Yeah.
I used to
First
play
game
Red
I ever
Alert.
played.
That's crazy. I used to play that. It's nuts.
Yeah.
Who did you first watch on Twitch?
I think I want to say maybe 2011. It would be Dyrus, the League of Legends streamer, top lane of TSM in his prime. Yeah.
Shit. Okay. Nice.
Have to be him.
Who is your favorite Pokemon?
Favorite Pokemon? Staraptor, Gen 4.
Wow.
Flying normal type. Brave Bird, close combat.
Beautiful. What's Momo doing right now?
I cannot see her. Mama! What are you doing, Mama?
For context, who is Momo?
Oh! She's on. Okay, my pet cat Momo. She's currently over there. She's on the windowsill, enjoying the cool air breeze by the window. At the end of the apartment in the bedroom. She's chilling.
What
chilling.
breed of cat is she?
She's a fluffy ragdoll blue point, aka that means blue eyes. She turned 1 on January 1st, and she's currently been with me for almost a year. I got her in April last year, so yeah.
Lovely.
She's a beautiful cat. Beautiful cat.
That she is. You'll have to show chat sometime.
I will. Maybe she'll come later.
What's something you want to achieve in 2024?
In 2024, look, end of the day, the goal will always be the same. We want to hit that Twitch partner. But
I believe.
Another immediate goal that might be a bit spicier. I want to be on the front page of the Blizzard launcher for Overwatch.
Ooh, I like that.
That's my
that
immediate goal. I need that. Yeah.
What's the best game you've streamed or played in your career?
Best is in my enjoyment or viewers?
Enjoyment.
Enjoyment. New World.
Wow.
I want to say New
year?
World because year before 20. I can't remember which year. Maybe 2022. The reason why is because New World was a month and only a month of hype, but we were streaming 14 hours a day. Everyone in the VC, 10, 12 of us, control. I was leading the clan. I was Dr. Terra. I finally know what it's like. I understand now. I understand everything. And I was cooking everyone stat buffing meals. I was the chef of the crew. That game, there was something special about streaming that game with the community. It was very high performing in viewership as well. But the most satisfying thing was the chat interaction was insane. And on top of that, it was just like everything fell into place. A new fresh game, a fresh community, regular people coming in. I was negotiating with clan leaders from Indonesia and different countries local to us, trying to fight together before we get squashed by all the tryhards. There was a lot going on. It was a very interesting stream experience because I was able to stream it. You know, sometimes you play something so intense you can't really stream it.
Yep.
I was able to stream New World.
Gotcha.
So that was probably that was one. Or Kirby.
Okay. I'll take either.
Yeah.
Can you explain what Zhaj is to me?
Zhaj is an idea. In the words of Nick Fury, there was an idea to bring together two great things: chicken and the Arabic language. And that is where you get the word Zhaj. All right. So to Zhaj, all right, I can only speak in such a manner that is minuscule to the Zhaj Lord himself, Wolfie. Okay, Zhaj, it's more than just chicken. All right, it's a philosophy. It's a code of loyalty. All right, you can be part of the Zhaj conglomerate, Zhaj Federation, Zhaj Army, Zhaj Nurses, Zhaj whatever you want. All right, Joey, he's also a Zhaj. You know why? Because his name used to be Dowie, but he changed it to a J because he's part of Zhaj now. All right, so you got to remember that's why, guys. All right, and when it comes to it, if you want to become Abu Jaj, you can become Abu Jaj. All right. If you want to be the Jaj garlic sauce boss, you can do that too. All right. At the end of the day, whenever you go into any game and on Steam, you make sure you put Zhaj in your name. If it's Rocket League, you're gonna be
Zhaj Lord.
freestyle flip Lord. Yeah. If you play Helldivers, you're gonna be Zhaj Divers. Okay. You're gonna dive straight for that chicken. All right.
So what you're saying
At the
is
end of the day-
Zhaj is love, Zhaj is life.
Zhaj is love, Zhaj is life. Zhaj is the original chicken dinner because it is chicken dinner.
All right.
All right. J-A-J. Never forget Zhaj.
J-A-J. Yep.
Which is funny because in Egypt we actually call it ferech. It's very different, but it's okay. We'll
Okay.
go with the Lebanese one.
Oh, so it's Lebanese. That's what it is, Jaj.
Yeah, it's a Lebanese way of saying
I see. Cool. Okay.
chicken. Yeah.
All right. The time that you're not streaming or creating content,
Yep.
what are you doing exactly?
I'm either taking care of Momo as a full-time slave. I'm either
We are slave
the
owners
moment,
to our
these
cats,
days-
aren't we?
everyone knows it. Everyone's like, oh, dog's a best friend, blah blah blah. It's like, yeah, but to serve someone, to serve a majestic creature such as a cat, that is true discipline. Most of the time I'd be working. I'd be working. I do my normal work because for me, unfortunately, I'm not a full-time streamer in terms of the money aspect. I am in terms of the hours I spend working, but I work to compensate it. I do believe everyone who wants to be a streamer, strive for the dream, go for it. But no matter what, be responsible. Have the right form of income. If your streaming income can't supplement it, cut down on your hours and pick up some side work. There are many different jobs out there, many different things. Sometimes you just gotta take the humble bullet and take a simple job so that you can have a creative aspect to your streaming. So for me, I do delivery work. I love it because it's physical, but it's not too much in the mental capacity. So it allows me to come home. I'm kind of physically depleted, but I'm mentally ready. I'm creatively ready, and so I can tackle streaming with full energy. And sometimes, when you do physical in the morning, it kind of gives you energy later in the day. That's sort of my work-life balance. I do a shift in the
That's why
morning.
a lot of people do like gym in the morning and stuff to like.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Couple more. If money or viewership wasn't a factor, what would you be doing on Twitch?
If money of your, ooh. I'd be playing every Nintendo game under the sun.
Wow.
Every adventure Nintendo game you could name, I'd play that.
So you do like a
slap
list, like a list
I'd
of
do a
games
list and I'd go-
just yeah.
and I'd go live, and the stream would never end. I'd leave it on sleep stream, and I'd go to the gym for 2 hours, and I'd leave the camera. Who cares? You're just doing your thing.
Yeah.
Bro, who cares? I'd do the subathon till the end of time. All right. And for every dollar, I'd donate it. 100%, I'd donate it. There
Okay.
are people who could use them more than me. That's straight up it.
I like that.
Yeah.
I really like the idea of like a Nintendo-thon, like just a list of games, like I don't know, like 50 games or something. Tick, tick, tick.
Yeah.
That's it. Cool.
Yeah. But I still love Overwatch. I'd still play Reinhardt all day, every day. All
You
day,
need
all
the
day.
balance, like
Need
day,
the balance, yeah.
maybe Sunday or something. Like a
Guys, to
Sunday.
take a break from Nintendo, we're playing some Reinhardt.
Yeah. Have you traveled overseas before?
Yes, I have been to America in 2019. I've been to Egypt twice. I believe 2015 and then maybe 2003, I think. And I was really young. So yeah, visited the family because half of my family is in Egypt, the other half is in Australia.
Yep.
I think that's the main form. I did go to some places near Egypt. There's like a place called it's pronounced Sharm el Sheikh, which is basically like the Gold Coast sort of Queensland of Egypt.
Right. Okay.
Like if you look on a map of Egypt, that little spike part.
Yeah.
Vaguely, if anyone knows what I'm talking about. At the bottom of it, there's the second biggest canyon in the world, which no one talks about.
Because the first one's a Grand Canyon, right?
Yeah, but the Grand's in America, bro. Who cares about that?
That's what I mean. Everything Americanized.
But next to it is
Yeah.
a place called the Blue Hole, which is a scuba diving spot where it's literally, imagine someone took a mug like this in the ocean and just cut out a cylinder, and it's like a reef.
Right.
And you go
Okay.
scuba diving down. It feels like a Super Mario 64 level. It's amazing.
Wow. Okay.
So-
Cool.
So I highly recommend go there.
It's
And
cool.
I've been to Dubai. Yeah, I've been to Dubai for a few days. It was
Oh,
a good
sweet.
trip.
I'd love to go to Dubai. It's
100%.
beautiful. I've always said
100%.
going to a country to take in and be involved with the culture, to understand it, be a part of it. I think that's what really humbles you, or that
Mhm.
you know. I think Dubai, because you always see all the time. You know, they put on like the what do you call it? The so you're fully covered. That you're.
Oh yeah, it's different cultures call different things. The white sort of robe, it's called the abaya
Okay.
or a galabaya in my Egyptian dialect.
Okay, yep,
There's
yep.
different things. Oh, some countries call it dishdasha. There's all different names, or a tome, like different things like that.
Right.
Actually, don't scratch that last one. I mixed up a word. But yeah, there's different names for it. But yeah, it's a sort of like it's a modest attire basically. It's actually good because it's predominantly meant to keep you cool. It's meant to give you airflow because they are in the desert, as we know.
Yep.
But like a thing about Dubai, the reason why like I want to mention this is for me, because I have to like a lot of people have dietary concerns in the world. Some people have, you know, glucose situation, lactose situation, all that stuff. Some people are vegan, some people are vegetarian, things like that. For me and my people, we obviously need to look for halal food. It just means food that is
Mhm.
slaughtered in a humane way and things like that properly with the. So for me, I'm very careful with what I can or can't eat in Western countries. But when I touch down in Dubai, heaven. I can eat whatever I want. I don't have to think twice.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about any
When
like.
I go
Wait,
to
so that was like,
Egypt, I can eat.
oh,
Yeah.
already is.
When I go to
That's
Egypt,
it.
I'm like, I can eat Hungry Jacks. I can eat Big Mac. I can eat Macca's. I don't have to think twice. I can eat whatever I want. I can eat pizza. Everything's good to eat. I can eat KFC. I don't have to check twice. I can eat whatever I want.
Because
So when we
a
went
lot
to
of these
Egypt-
countries they've already got it, so it's
yeah.
it's not like
It's all
oh hold
certified.
up, yeah, that's
It's all
nice.
satisfying. Yeah.
That'd be such a like liberating feeling
That's
too.
yeah. So when I go overseas, bro, oh, I love it.
Gloves are
Not
off.
in
You're
America.
like that's it. I could go anywhere.
Yeah.
That's cool.
In the Middle East and North Africa and stuff. One place I'd love to go, Morocco. That'd be mad.
Yeah. Why?
Yeah. I think it's a step close to where I've known, but it has that North African feel. That sort of like Marrakesh is the place to go there.
Mhm.
It sort of like it travels you back in time. I feel when I've watched videos there and stuff like that, it feels like you're in an Assassin's Creed game, like back in the day. Honestly, yeah.
Mm.
Oh, someone in chat corrected me actually. Yellow ribbon in Riyadh they call it a taub. That's the way to pronounce that
Oh,
word.
okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's probably the more accurately what they call it in that region, but different
Right.
countries call it different names. I actually have one.
Oh, you do?
It's currently in
Cool.
it's currently in my car because I wear it every night. Because in the month of Ramadan we pray in congregation every night. So for those who know, you know how different culture like Sunday church.
Yep.
In my culture we have Friday prayer, which is midday.
Is it
but in the month of,
the Tawi? Is it the Tawi? Is that it or no?
what's it-
The prayer of the
what's that,
Tawi?
sorry? Sorry, yeah, you're right, correct. In Ramadan, every night we do a prayer. Like in the night, it's called Tarawih.
Tawi. Yeah.
W and then EEH. Tarawih.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So I just wear it when I pray. It's just more comfortable. It's more freeing, and you just like shorts and a shirt under or something like that, and it's just more breathable because sometimes it gets hot and things like that. It's a very comfortable thing to wear. Like if you guys listen, bro, girls have it so lucky. When they wear dresses and they're just chilling, bro. Woo! It's nice. It's nice, man. It's nice, guys. I'm telling you. Get on the road, gang, man. We're just chilling, bro. I saw a guy the other day in Western City, bro. He was mowing the lawn in one of them, bro. He was chilling, bro. He was cool. It was a hot day. He's cool. He's chilling. I'm telling you, it's the best. It's so breathable. It's great, fam. And it also is so nice. Because sometimes cotton makes you itch. It's just so nice.
Oh yeah, that really bad itchy feeling. You're like you can't stop sort of readjusting your shoulders or yourself. You know what I mean? Like it's terrible.
Exactly. Exactly.
I've got we're coming to the final parts now.
Sure. Yeah.
There's only 3 more things that I want to ask you about. They might seem a bit lengthy, but you can go as long as you want.
Sure.
Now, I want to ask you what your party story is, or what your go-to or crazy story. There's actually a story that that you and I talked off stream that I would love for you to get into. I'm sure everyone knows currently the current meme in the community is the guy that goes, brother, ooh, what's that?
What's that?
Yeah.
Okay. So, when I told you, I mixed up some stories, so I can actually clarify now, which is good.
Okay.
So everyone knows the brother ooh meme. Okay, so that guy is a very, very well respected brother in our community. I have gone to his talks in person many times in my like teenage years, early university years, and basically when he came to the community, he really just like sort of put the inf in it, if that makes sense. Like, stop mucking around. Let's talk about really what we're doing. Like, trying to fix the little things that people are lax at in life, and like really just like sort of getting people convicted and stuff like that. Like getting people disciplined, getting people passionate. Like a lot of the times, everyone's more suppressed and calm and hidden and secretive. He just wants you to be more out there and more proud of what you got going on, especially obviously from a religious standpoint. So for me, the fact that his name is Brother Muhammad Hoblos, the fact that Hoblos, we call him Hoblos, has gone worldwide and is a meme in like 7TV and XQC's chat, it's the most jarring thing ever. But here's the fun part for all of you. I'll tell you this. If you've ever watched his talks, you'll understand, man. This guy just gets it. He gets it. And he's mad. He's mad at all this stuff. He's amazing. And he's a very chill person. Right? You wouldn't suspect that from his videos, but he's a very chill and calm and very welcoming, brotherly person. So much so, I remember, like I said, we go to pray Tarawih. There were some nights where I would go to a place and he'd be there. Sometimes he'd give a talk. Sometimes he's just like us, just going to pray, going to chill, right? And it really humbles you because, like, we look up to these guys as like just like well-respected people. For some people, he's become a celebrity, he's become a meme, he's become all these things. But for me, I'm like, it's just a brother in the community, you know, one of the ball brothers in the community. He's definitely got a very good voice and he's used that, and people have made channels of him. I don't think he's made those channels. People have taken his lectures and just put them out for people to listen to. And a lot of people use them for motivation, for better wellness, mental health, men's, like all kinds of things, just all kinds of things. So to really make the story in a fun light, my brother, my actual brother, um, he did. I think he was helping the guy out with I think just some sort of device he wanted to buy something or something like that. And he asked him, he's like, "Are you like aware of the memes and stuff?" He's like, "Yeah, I've seen. He's like even the new one, the brother you, it's like going viral and stuff. He's like, I love it. He loves it. He loves it. So that's what my brother passed on to me. So I think he's seen them. I think he's seen another one where it's don't talk to me, don't message me, nothing. Like just basically just little snippets from his things that have been turned into memes. But for me, when I hear it, I remember the whole talk.
Right,
and
right.
I'm like, I'm jarred. I'm like, this was in a very serious light when he was saying this stuff.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's like for you, it's such you're locked in.
Yeah.
It's a good conversation, very good life lesson of everything, and you're like, yes, I understand this, I get it, because like you said, he gets it. But the other side of you, where you're obviously entertaining and you love to meme, you're like, I don't know what to do. Like, do I laugh?
Bro, I heard. I was watching more Sidemen the other day. Ethan, brother, ew. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, I saw that too. He's been the Among Us video. Yeah, he's like, brother, and then they're all doing it.
Like, oh,
they're all doing it. Like, ugh.
I'm like, bro, yeah. So, look. To each their own. Everyone's got the people they look up to in the world, and the celebrities, and different people who I'm not even gonna name, things like that, who are controversial and whatever. I'm happy to say this our goat. This one of our goats. This is one of our guys. He's from our community, right? He's just like all of us. He's got a good voice, and he's got some funny one-liners, and he's got amazing talks. I highly recommend guys go look him up, go watch his videos, just listen to them. Sometimes something clicks and you just like, you feel that fire. He made people feel that fire, but early on when he was kicking this stuff up. And I did mix up the story to you. I think I said his brother went to school with my brother.
Yeah,
that was someone else. That was someone else. It was a mix of the story.
Yeah.
But similar sort of profession and stuff. But
yes,
honestly, if you name it, he was probably in the schools that were
probably
across
around,
the road from me. He was in the area, Western Sydney. He's like us. He grew up like us. Honestly, there's nothing more to it. So for me, it's like, it's nice to see something like that go viral in a positive light from our community.
Yes.
Whenever something goes viral, it's usually in a negative light.
Oh, absolutely.
It's just something taken out of context, something flamed up by Western media. You want to whatever you want to name it. You know?
It could have gone so south in the sense of like, you know,
Yeah.
here's a guy that's like, you know,
Yeah.
people are like, oh, he's spouting nonsense, or he's saying this, that, or look how he's
Exactly.
dressed, and or you know what I mean. It's like,
Yeah.
especially with everything today, it's like it could have gone so south, so bad, so sour, but yet it's just so lighthearted that it brings the attention to it, because like me, whenever I see a meme or something, you want to know the origin. So when I looked up the origin, and I said this to you, bro, I shit you not, I sat there, I watched it for like 30 minutes, like 20 minutes, just sitting there, just listening. I was like, he's actually got a good, like, he's got positive messages. He's got messages out there where he's so passionate, and not to compare any other like religions or anything like that, but it's very like the way that you have that passion spark up in a couple of the conversations and a lot of things that he says. It reminds me of, you know, all the televised things with like, even if it's like rabbis, or even if it's like any other Christian like things like that. That's what it reminds me of, in the sense that he's doing it just like table. He's got like the everyone else who's praying there or listening to him. Who knows? You probably would have been in the audience at some point while he's recording.
Yeah, exactly. I think, for example, when I actually used to do a bit of religious study a few years ago, I used to like really go hard at it because I was like trying to learn a lot more. And my teacher at the time, he was so the word is a sheikh, right? Like I guess for people, priest and rabbi, the equivalent stuff like that.
Okay.
It's not him, someone else. He was the one who went on TV and responded to media around the Modern Lint Cafe thing that went back.
Okay.
He was the one who went on TV and sort of like
I think I remember
and
that.
tried to because everyone flared up again, you know, wanted to start attacking a certain demographic, and he went on TV and did that. So much so that he also recently, as everyone knows what's going on in Melbourne and Sydney, there are protests for what's the humanitarian effort overseas, Palestine, things like that. He was the one who did that display on the Parliament lawn recently, if anyone knows about that. I won't delve into it too deep, but there are some out there who are like, look, man, if they're gonna put us in a negative light, what can we do? We gotta send our message, man. People overseas are suffering. If I'm not gonna do it, who's not gonna do it? So when I go, I'm very careful with what I say because I'm not an expert. So everyone here, disclaimer, I'm not an expert about this stuff. You know, I'm just I'm just a young lad who looks up to people who are the experts and try to learn from them and try to say to people, hey, I don't know everything perfectly. Please go listen to them. Please go watch their videos. Please go check their Twitter.
Be educated through these guys.
Like when someone says to me, hey, I want to argue about a certain thing, about your beliefs, about this, that. I say to them, look, realistically, I could have a nice discussion with you. However, I want to give you the most authentic, like, conversation. So I say to them, please go speak to the experts, because for us, we actually trust them, right? Because we're with them, like, every week. We see them often, especially in Ramadan, we see them daily, right? So for us, it's like we have that trust in them. And that's why the community is so strong. That's why we can have people like, brother, like we can meme with him, we could laugh with him, things like that. But like ultimately, we'll sit there and be speechless listening to him. Like, whoa, right? And then it ends, and then it's like, let's go get carrot juice.
Bro, that's how I felt, and I was just listening. Like I was. I'm not gonna lie to you. I just edited that clip because I used it for Discord. You know, like when you enter Discord, brother, and I was like, and then I just had it open while it was going. I was just like, I'm actually just listening to him. Like it's crazy how it just ropes you in. You know, insane. Just to bring it back to yourself in my second last question, Liger, in this current moment, how are you feeling about yourself, and for you as a streamer / content creator?
I think let's talk about this in a numbers sense, actually. I think if you look at me numerically, I'm close to my peak. I think I've had a higher view count, higher averages, higher chatter, higher community engagement, higher Discord engagement, all that before. But my content brain is probably at its peak. I think I understand things now. I understand why people watch me when I play Overwatch, if that makes sense. I understand what I'm trying to deliver when I play Overwatch. Because before I just play comp aimlessly and try to rank up. Now that's not the mission. My mission is I want to play a game, and I want to know that game's going to be cut down into a YouTube video, edited to the best degree, and put onto YouTube so that people who couldn't make it to my stream can watch that game.
Yep.
When it comes to the people I talk to, I say to myself, when I'm talking to someone, I don't want the equivalent exchange. I want to give them more than they give me, if that makes sense, which is a bit weird. But I say that because I said to myself, if I give them 60, they give me 40, I'm happy. If I say, hey, let's do this, I push them, right? There's another streamer, I won't mention names, but there's another streamer I push to say, hey, let's do this, let's do that, let's go here, let's do this. Because I know he's got potential. I know they've got potential, or I know she's got potential. And I'm like, let's go and do all these things because I know you got potential. You just need someone to push you. Because guess what? I need someone to push me too.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, going solo sucks. You can go solo. Oh, yeah, bro, skyrocket. Skyrocket. Go for it. Go for it. Skyrocket to the moon. What happens when you make one mistake? Gone. Absolutely eviscerated. I'll give you an example. There are many streamers we can name in like let's say the Austin community who have flopped and are still okay today. Why? Because they have a community that all keeps them together. They hold people accountable to some extent, and then they bring someone back up after mucking around, after messing up, things like that. Obviously, nothing unforgivable, but you get my point. Like the simple things like doing a scam or accidentally or mucking around with the wrong sponsor, things like that. But ultimately, yeah, straight up, when it comes to me personally, I think it's weird because I've met people who struggle at the 6-year mark. I think for me, I've got more perspective than ever. And I remember you also pointed this tweet out a while back, and it was a Cutie Cinderella tweet. She said streamers don't talk up their own achievements enough.
I agree.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
It was
and I said
before
to
her
myself,
awards. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, and then everyone started retweeting, I've done this. I didn't do it myself. I should have done it. I should have. But when
Bro,
look
I
in my
did
head,
it.
I'm like,
Absolutely.
yeah. I think I did it on Discord. I think I like wrote it to myself just so I can reconcile and stuff like that.
Why didn't you?
So I was
Why
like,
didn't you put it out?
because I think I had to go to work.
Really?
I forgot about it.
Right.
So I'm very tactical when it comes to tweeting. Here's another thing. People, please stop getting emotionally drained on Twitter. Twitter is a video game. I swear to you. Look at Twitter like a video game and you will conquer. I'm telling you. It's a video game. If you post a tweet, try to get the high score. You don't? It's okay. Try again later.
Yeah,
Level up,
exactly.
come back.
Yeah.
It's a video game. When you look at Twitter like a video game, I swear you will never get drained by social media ever again. I don't have social media. I personally don't. Liger does.
Yeah.
Right? The AvatarLiger
Gotcha.
brand does. And it's all for fun. It's all to make jokes. I sometimes go to Overwatch Anonymous and I try to farm replies. I'll put a bait tweet.
Yeah.
Like, I'll get thousands of likes. I'm
Twitter's
like,
just
"Guys,
not
I'm the Ryan
serious,
guy."
bro. It's
Nah,
not.
you shouldn't take it at all.
It's
Do not
it's
get
not that
emotionally
serious,
invested
bro.
at all. Just have fun.
Yeah.
All right. If you want to argue with someone, argue. If they rip into you, like, damn, that was a good rip. Like, have a laugh with it. Treat it like WWE. Treat it like a script. Treat it like a.
Same with the
"Alright, I'm playing
streaming,
the
really.
villain."
When they come in too.
Yeah.
Same shit. Yeah.
Yeah, when there's a troll in chat, first of all, guys, if there's a troll in your chat, right, fuck around. See how much you can get out of them, okay? Until they drop the no words, then we ban them. But until then,
Yeah.
fuck around.
Yeah.
All right? See how far
Exactly.
you can
It's
get.
not the be all end all. It's just not that
Yeah.
serious. And I think, like you
exactly.
said, 6 years
Yeah.
is definitely taught. Like,
It's a scary mark.
yeah, it is. But it's also like in those 6 years, you can't really go backwards, or you can't really.
Mhm.
There's nothing else really that sort of deters you. You can only just go up and grow and learn from here,
Yeah,
and doing as much as you can, right? So I think definitely it's more of a blessing than anything,
Mhm.
really. 6 years, yeah, it's a long time. I'm on 5 years now, and
Yeah.
it's the same thing. We're still on that same path, because unless you fall into those bad habits or any of the other habits and stuff again, then that's how you'll be going backwards. But
Yeah.
Last question, Mr.
Yep.
Liger.
Yes, sir.
The very last question for the very first streamer interviews.
Mhm.
If there is one person that you could nominate to see me interview next, who would it be?
Without hesitation, because she's from that world as well. She gets it. Got to get Carla.
Carla. Yeah?
Got to get Carla. You got to get Carla.
Okay. Why?
I think that's a good shot. Because I think she will cook your questions in ways that I could not comprehend. And I want to see her answers. I think she gets it. And by gets it, I mean, when it comes to, like I said, the sort of representation of like folks like us, who are, a bit have that flair, in certain ways, culturally
Right.
and stuff like that. She gets it. And the best example of her is that she will headbutt Wolfie, no hesitation. So automatically, she's gonna roll the world.
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, I think that'd be a good shout.
Okay.
I think that's a long overdue conversation between you two.
I think so too.
I think the folks in chat would love that.
I will need your
And,
help on this though.
Yeah, don't worry.
You're gonna have
I'll
to.
tell
Yeah.
Wolfie to put her in a headlock and certify the contract.
Yeah.
We'll send it over. Yeah.
I'm gonna
It'll
need
be a
you
good one.
to pass along when this video will come out, probably tomorrow. Honestly, I'm not doing anything.
Sounds good. No rush.
But either way,
Yeah.
I'd love for you to help me for it. Oh yeah, I'll yeah.
Forsen or Shroud.
Yeah,
Doc.
I have my guys contact those guys, and
Yeah.
we'll see.
That's all right,
We'll
man.
see what we can cook up. No, seriously, I'd love to have Carla on. Carla is someone who we've known for a very long time. Twitch ANZ ambassador as well, which is super crazy, and she's done everything to earn that and to be someone in the streamer space. I actually replied to one of her tweets recently. As I'm sure that it literally does not matter what size of a creator that you are. We all go through these little periods where it's we don't feel the best, or we don't feel adequate, we don't feel that we fit in for it. So when you have someone like that bring the similar issues, to circle into what you've been talking about a lot today, is that we all go through a lot of these similar feelings, and how do we do that? People like yourself, like me, it could be random, could be just viewers who just reach out and say, yo, I feel the exact same way. I feel like that I'm not good enough for it, or I don't know what to do now because there's no sense of direction.
Just to add on to that, 2023, if people go look at my Twitch tracker and you go look at AvatarLiger and you go to streams, you'll see a very like blotchy squares for 2023. I was in a way falling off. I was also in a way taking a break without announcing it, because I never wanted to announce I'm taking a break, because I do kind of agree with XQC's philosophy. If you're thinking about retiring, you've already retired. So it's sort of like if you're thinking about giving up, you've already given up. You should be like, it's not healthy. Everyone knows streaming's not healthy for the mental. You need to have an unhinged, unrivaled, unmatched mindset when it comes to this.
It's true. I agree.
And then when you get it, get your mental health in check, please. Take your time. You can take a stream off. Everyone will be there later. Things are easier for you later. You can check all these boxes. That's why a lot of the more established streamers these days, they stream 3-4 days a week. The other 3 go to the gym, they go with family, they do mental health stuff, they take care of themselves. So when they come back to stream, they are that top tier entertainer because they can afford to do that. So for me, when 2023, the sort of back third of it kicked in, I fell back on what I know. I said to myself, I've done variety. What was the most successful thing? What netted me the most enjoyment as a streamer? What netted me the best viewership? What netted me the best chatters? What netted me the best opportunities? And it was Overwatch. So I poured my heart and soul into the Overwatch community, especially the Overwatch ANZ community, the OCE community. I went to their events. I joined the tournaments. I even hosted one of my own. I told people, come play, come do this. This community has a system, it has support. It just needs that pump, right? And then, kicked it up. And then coming into 2024, I met them all. Sorry, before that, I met them all at PAX. We had a good time. I met you at PAX again. All right. Had a good time with your community. I started to put time. This is very important. I actually want to bring this up. I started to put time into the communities I believe I would see the next year.
Yeah.
Because I think one of the worst things was when I look back and I was like, I spent time with a group of people or a certain person who wasn't going to be there for me next year.
I agree with you.
So I said to myself,
100%.
I'm going to give the 60% to the people. I'm going to give my energy to the people who I know will be there for me next year, will be there to support me, or also have the same drive to want to be there next year. I think it sucks because we've had a lot of streamers quit. It sucks. I feel so bad for them because I always think we share the same dream and they feel they've lost it. When I don't feel that at all. But I hope that they have something else in their life that is a great passion they want to pursue.
Mm.
But if they're just sitting there saying, I wish I went back to streaming, I wish I never wrote the I quit tweet, I wish I never
Yep.
retired, I feel bad for them because it's almost a career destroying move to say, I'm done.
It's a wasted potential into what
Yeah.
like you
Yeah.
could really elevate yourself and reach new heights
Yeah.
and different levels of doing.
The best thing to do is to look, cut down, take a break, and tell people, I'm gonna focus on this for a bit. I'm gonna focus on that for a bit. I wanna do this here. I wanna work on shorts content. I wanna work on my storytelling. I wanna diversify my portfolio in this regard. I wanna go get some new skills in editing. I wanna go do a degree. Like do whatever you want, but never say I'm done because you're never done. Because you always come back because that's what streaming is. Streaming, you can come back anytime you want. You can come back after 10 years. They'll get the notification. They're like, what the hell?
It's like burning your own bridge.
They're live. Never burn their own bridge. Never burn the bridge you built.
Yeah, exactly.
You built
Yeah.
that bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a waste of time.
Crazy.
It's soul crushing. You never give up. Like you do not have to stop cold turkey. All right. Beautiful thing about streaming, you can come back whenever you want. All right. That's the vibe of the viewer. The viewer's never gonna be there like, oh, you left, betrayed. I want all my subs back. No, they were there for the moment. They were there for the vibes. When you got the vibes again, they'll come back. They'll miss you. And it'll be like what I said before. When streamers talk to your viewers, talk to your chatters, you're equals, right? Right? Without the parasocial weirdness, let's put that aside, you're equals. So at the end of the day, when you have that mate you haven't seen in 2 years and you talk like it's yesterday, that's how it's going to be with your chat. If you treat chat like that,
really
if you
is.
treat your community like that, they won't care if you've been gone for 2 years. They'll come back and they'll spam TTS 77777 till your ears bleed. They don't care. All right, they'll be like, "Oh, I got to catch up on 2 years of this, boy. Get ready." So yeah, that's my take on that.
All right. Well, thank you, Mr. Liger. I appreciate you being the very first, of course. You've been an inaugural champion in a lot of things, in terms of the ASAP Joey Awards, the interviews. My brother from another mother.
Yeah, buddy.
I appreciate it very much. I hope everyone in chat had their oh, there's a few things I want to go through before I actually wrap it up completely though. There are some community questions that I have. I can run through a few if you want to answer them really quickly. Just in a small little a small little thing.
I'll be quick on it.
Yeah.
I promise I'll be quick.
Yeah, these will just be the speed run questions. We'll call it the speed run questions, hey?
Okay, sounds good.
I'll read through a few and then just give me a quick take on it. And then if anyone obviously wants to know, you can ask Liger himself on his own streams. Maybe we'll do a part 2 sometime down the road. Maybe we'll revisit it in another year or so. Hey, what's something in your personal or streaming life that you'd love to pursue that you haven't had a chance to pursue yet?
Casting professionally for Overwatch.
Really? Okay.
I've done it once, but like really give it a fair go. I need to put some time and practice.
Okay. What's your fondest memory you've had from your time on Twitch? And if any, what's a more weirder or surprising experience if you're comfortable sharing?
Positive memory. I think during my first subathon, I think 2020, it was called the Soul Subathon. I attempted a 24-hour stream, so it wasn't really a subathon. It was more a 24-hour, but I called it a subathon by accident. I failed because I couldn't go 24 hours. And my mod team and I basically my supporters, but my family, whatever you want to call it, because honestly, they're family to me now. My viewers, chatters, you name it, they all said, go to sleep. They all told me go to sleep. No one said keep going. No one said, no, push yourself, because you think that's the more motivational take, but they saw how gone I was, and they said go to sleep, it's okay. And I think I at one point went to my bed for like an hour quickly, and then they held it down. So I just let the stream run for an hour, and they were in VC. I think they were playing Among Us or something.
Yep.
And I
Yep.
just left it on them, and I was sharing screen of someone sharing on Discord. And then I came back after an hour and said, like, guys, I'm dead, and I feel bad. I don't want the rest of the stream to not be me actually committing to the thing. I don't want to cheat you guys out of it.
Yep.
I'm gonna retake this challenge. And everyone said, we got you. Go to sleep, and we'll be there next time you take this challenge. And the next time I took the challenge, I did a 24-hour, and I also got my first ever big achievement, which was the Juice partnership.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking
And
about.
with the Juice power, I did that dry scoop. I ate watermelon all day, and I finished that 24-hour stream.
I do remember both. I do remember both. I was there
Yeah.
for both of those. I remember when I can vouch for it. No one ever said like, "Oh, you owe us 4 hours," which you, by the way,
Yeah.
which Liger forgot to add. You still added those 4 hours. You did. You did a separate thing where you did the 4 hours,
did.
right?
The next day, I
The next
continued
day.
the rest of the stream.
Yep, I remembered. I remember that, and then you did it again, and you pushed yourself through. And you said,
Yeah.
a lot of watermelon. You're like, I have watermelon, and had the because
Yeah.
we're talking juice and everything. I remember that.
Yeah. That's it. Watermelon, baby. Watermelon. Sorry, long answer, but
No,
it was
it's
worth
cool.
It
It's cool. I
Yeah.
prefer it. I don't give a fuck if we go through like another fucking half an hour, whatever. I don't care.
All good. All right, hit me.
Who inspires you, both personally and in content?
My father, for sure. He lost his parents near the age of 12, and he found a way to Australia. Thankfully, didn't pick America. Sorry, Kekona. Learning English. He was a chef initially. I think he did used to work on the wharf where the famous restaurants are these days, before they became the famous restaurants. And then realizing he needed to switch to accounting, provide for his family, found my mom, etc., raised all of us, considering being, immigrant and stuff like that. So 100% my dad's biggest inspiration. And was that something else you said in that question?
In content.
What was it?
Yep.
In content, I would say biggest inspiration in content. I don't want to say it because if I ever meet him, I'll look like a fan, you know?
Say, bro.
Bro, at the end of the day, man, look, I want to say someone, but I actually want to change my answer. To be honest, I'm going to say, because I relate to him a lot in terms of the friend dynamic, in terms of his history, I'm going to say Ludwig.
Yeah.
I think for me, Ludwig has to be, because he comes from Smash Brothers. He comes from Nintendo history. I would have initially said someone else, but the other person was Edeka. But Edeka has gone now. He's passed away. I think that was a big thing for me.
Yeah.
To see what he would be doing today, he would be bigger than Speed.
I think he would be absolutely kill it, man. He would. He
would be the biggest Megaton streamer you name. He would be,
especially
beating
this
Ibai
meta
even.
now, especially.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. But for me now, currently, who I kind of pay attention to, watch all aspects of the content, it'd be Ludwig. I especially love his podcast. I love the dynamic he has with his friends. I love the fact that he will throw thousands of dollars at the Smash Brothers community, knowing he'll get nothing back just to keep it alive. He'll do things with his friends. His philosophy now, which I like, is that he's not trying to be the biggest streamer, biggest sub count. He just wants to enhance the people's lives around him and focus on them succeeding. So his business without him, so he can go leave and become a baker and quit. Just leave streaming behind. Leave the biggest YouTube contract. Leave being the number one sub person at one point. He just wants to go with him and his hopefully maybe one day by then wife or something. Obviously his girlfriend Cutie.
Yeah.
There'll be husband and wife baking bread in who knows France or something, and that's the simple life, right? Like that's beautiful. Who knows?
Yeah.
And I think I look up to that because he's willing to hit to the absolute top and then vanish. Like, hey, bro, I did it. I conquered. Time to move on.
Yeah.
Respect.
A champion in their own like field, or in their own, and what you do for it, and then that's it. Now time to move. How do you approach your creative process of developing unique content for your streams?
Ideally, I get an idea, I throw it in my mod chat, I get ignored, I at everyone, then I get responses. I'm kidding. Nah, I DM a few friends, I rattle an idea around, but most of the time I just go live and I say, hey, look, if it pops off, it pops off. If it doesn't, go again tomorrow. That's it.
How do you handle the pressure of performing live for an audience?
The pressure of performing live. The go live button is scary. I think a lot of streamers can relate to that. It's a very scary button, but the moment you press it, you're a different person. You're 100% a different person. So when it comes to being scared to go live, I push myself into the most scared position I can think of. And then I think to myself, streaming at nothing compared to that. I sort of think about what would be the scariest situation right now. Oh my God, I what's it called? I went live and I accidentally didn't, what's it called? Shave my head. I went live and accidentally went live when I was watching a movie. And oh my God, I'm going to get banned or something like that. Like all kinds of things, bro. It's scary. So it's very dangerous. I went live and someone in my Discord posted something that could get me banned. I went live and I think this, and I said to myself, but I'm going live now, sitting here like this, my lights are on, my mic's in position, my camera's ready. And the moment I click go live, welcome to the stream, everybody. Today we're clapping fools on Overwatch. Let's go.
Yeah.
So basically, I become my own hype man.
Yeah.
And try to hype myself up for 5 minutes before I click that start streaming button.
You got to.
And I avoid the start streaming scene. I've been really against it recently. I feel like I just need to get in there. I can't have that cop out of a start streaming. I feel like, oh, I'll leave it for 5 minutes. I'll leave it for 7 minutes. I just stop using it these days. Sometimes I'll put it and it'll be gone in 10 seconds. Yep.
How would you describe your streaming style or content niche?
Streaming style would be, at the moment, I'd say entertainment-driven storytelling gameplay, if that makes sense.
Yep.
When I play Overwatch, it's not an adventure game, but I tell people, this is the mission today. I'm doing my placements. The goal is diamond. The goal is plat. The goal is whatever. My objective is to land some fat shadows, take some fools off the map, farm some TikToks, make you laugh, make me laugh, call it a day. Simple mission, let's get it done. It's not, hey, I'm going live today, I'm going to play comp. All right, let's see how we go. There's no point to that anymore.
Yeah, I agree.
I've done that in my third, fourth year. I've done that. I say today, I'm going live. Guys, we're doing a quick play lockout challenge. I've got shout out 2 streamers, Pogstream and CDCat. We're going to do a quick play lockout challenge. We're going to roll up. We're going to play all the characters. We're going to spin a wheel. We're going to see what roles we get. We're going to see what hero we get. And we're going to try to beat our record. And 4 hours after, we're like, all right, we got 21 out of 39 wins. We'll come back in the future and we'll try to beat this record. Yep. And that's the mission. Even though we're playing a competitive, repetitive game, we found a way to turn it into a story.
So, it's actually one of my philosophies on Twitch. Before I go to the next questions, it's actually one of my philosophies. Doing something every single day. You could sit here and you could be a COD player, or you could be someone who's grinding like Masters or something like that. You need to put a different spin on it now because 1, everything's been done. 2, if let's take you for example, obviously 6 years in, how many times can you just be like, oh yeah, we're doing competitive? It's like, you can do climbing for competitive, or you can do stuff for Overwatch for it, but isn't it like, there's a lot of like blandness that comes from any of these things now. So for example, I'm going to be playing like Mario Kart. I've played Mario Kart plenty of times, but now I can't end till I get first. Or I did a whole character challenge where I'm like, I've done it with this character, this. It's the same thing where you're creating a narrative for this stream, and there's an added element to it. So adding different elements of wanting people to watch because they know the game, but now it's just a different level of how you're going to be doing this. Yeah. So let's get to know you outside of gaming, this person says. What's your favorite movie?
Okay. Ooh. Favorite movie? I have 3 in my mind. I'm trying to pick.
What's the first one that
jumps? The first one that comes is Captain America Winter Soldier.
That is tough. That's a tough
The
pick.
reason why is because I think for me, I I did a history assignment in school. I loved Captain America: The First Avenger, and everyone hates it. They say it was lame, bore movie. He's so campy, and I said, good.
Mm.
I love the campy, which brings me to another favorite movie. What's it called? It's a Dragon Ball movie. Dragon Ball Z, BoJack Unbound. It's a movie where Goku's not there,
Right.
and Gohan's got to save the day, and he just rocks up, and he's in his father's clothes, the orange gi, and everyone's having fun. It's a little tournament, and for some reason, I always said to myself, I said, this show is amazing. I wish we had more of this era of Gohan. And then this movie came out back then. Or obviously rerun because I never was born when it was happening. And then that came out. And then he did his thing, went crazy, and he clapped him. And I was like, this is the best movie ever. And then I thought to myself, I'm like, does it really count? Because it's just the moment that I loved. Like, how do I even pick a proper movie, right?
Yeah.
So I said to myself, I'm like, yeah, bro, you can chuck in Rush Hour as a fan with me. I used to watch it with my dad, Beverly Hills Cops,
Absolutely.
watch it with my dad, things like that. There's a bunch of different variations and things like that. But for me, I'm going to say Winter Soldier because I like that movie. I like Captain America Winter Soldier. I like that it motivated me enough to say, I'm going to cosplay this guy one day. And it's so backwards because America technically kind of mean to my people. But I like Captain America because everything he stands for is not that rubbish.
Mm.
He just stands for I don't want to fight anyone. I don't want to kill anyone. I just don't like bullies. It's that simple. And that's one of my biggest things I ever grew up with. Bro,
Mm.
if you're in school and you knew me, you insulted me, did nothing. You talk shit, I did nothing. You threw stuff at me, whatever, blah blah blah, don't care. One time, I've been in one school fight and only one fight, never again. um, I said, what do you call it? I didn't care. Someone finally did it. They messed with one of my friends. That's when I'm like, you're done. You're absolutely done here. Okay. I don't care. You do whatever you want to me. You do anything to my friend, it's game over. Wolfie even agrees. He's like, if anything ever happens to you, it's game over. And I'll bring a pack story into this, all right? Which some people might like. Oh, sorry, I'll tangent this very quickly.
No, go on.
In school, very simple. People play handball. Everyone remembers handball. Simple stuff. One guy kicked the handball on the roof, right? And then he pushed like a friend of mine, and I was like, bro, back off, right? It's the first time I like actually exploded in school. I had enough. Because obviously I was bullied a lot and things like that. But I had a very certain build. I just never fought. I never knew my capabilities. So much so, hands on the guy, he puts his hands on me. We're like doing the rotate thing. We're like trying to push each other or whatever. And I don't know. I just in one moment, I just like with one movement, just slammed him down. And you heard that when he landed on the concrete. And immediately, this is gonna sound like such an immediately the school bell was ringing, teachers, whatever, what's going on, blah, blah, blah. I just turned I didn't even run. I turned around and I walked to the side of the school. And I sat on the side of the school just by some staircase. And fifth period was starting or whatever. And I'm like, I can't be bothered going to class right now. I'm just furious. I'm annoyed. He attacked my friend, and then I got annoyed at myself because I hurt someone.
Mm.
Like, what the hell's wrong with me? What am I doing fighting someone? He kicked the handball. Handball's not the end of the world. But I got annoyed in the moment, and I saw red because he hurt my friend. And then the coordinator, the boys coordinator on my side, he's like, "Hey, I know what happened. The boys told me you're all good. You're not getting thing. The other kid's getting detention or maybe a 3-day suspension. I can't remember exactly. I just need you to go back to class. I know you. I've known you for a while because he's been a coordinator. He knows us for like 4 years at that point. He's like, I know you. I know you don't fight. Well, you doing this must have been something important. Just go back to class. It's all good. I'm like, all right, I go. I go back to class. So I didn't find anyone. The next time someone tried to staunch me, as they say, they were playing football. I don't play football. I like soccer. I prefer that. They're like, oh, just we need one more player. I'm like, fine. And then the big guy who likes to play tackle footy when it's clearly touch footy wants to have a tackle, right? And he's coming at me. He's bigger than me, way bigger than me at the time. All right, this is the same year. So this was like a very eye-opening year for me when I started to realize, oh, I can be that guy now. I can protect and stuff. So he's coming at me, and it's like he's clearly not going for touch footy. He's gonna do tackle footy, and I just hold like stand solid, whatever. And I was scared. I closed my eyes and I open them, and it feels like a movie. I swear, it feels like a movie. My friend tells me the story all the time. He's like, dude, like I turned around and the guy was on the floor behind me. I'm like, what? What happened? My friend's like, bro, he just flipped over you. You didn't move. I'm like, what do you mean, bro? Did I do it? Did I like throw him? You didn't move, bro. He just flipped over you. I'm like, bro, how did I flip him? He's like, I think it was just his momentum. I'm like, what? Because this is not normal. Everyone he went through falls on the ground, bro. All right. So in those days, I was obviously bullied in school, but in those later years of high school, I would, like, as puberty kicks in, as the beat kicked in, I was like, okay, I've got some strength to me. I can protect people. So those are the traits that I cherished. And when Captain America came out around the same time, 2011, it mattered to me. I drew parallels to it in my head because I'm a very I love the superhero stuff. Everyone says it's cringe, Marvel's bad, blah 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 blah. Bro, there are superhero anime, I love them. Superhero comics, I love them. Superhero TV, I love them. Why? Because I just like the hero story. It's a good simple thing. It's not trying to be super dark and complex and gritty and blah 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 blah. I'm okay with watching that stuff too. It's cool. I love Punisher, things like that. But I like the simple superhero's tale. It's just simple because all it does is, bro, just be good. Well, how hard is it to be good? Be kind, be good, protect the weak. It's that simple. And people are like, "Oh, bro, you're such a this, you're such a that. You're a lawful good, you're Libra in the what is it? The Horcrux. I keep saying Horcruxes.
I got
What is
no
it called?
idea.
What is it thing? The thing that people do every month. The Libras, the Scorpios, the all that
Oh,
stuff.
you mean like star sign like shit or whatever
Star
it is?
signs, bro. I call it Horcruxes. That's from Harry Potter. I swear to God, bro. I keep calling it that.
Yeah.
Bro, they say, oh, because you this, you this. I'm like, bro, my mom raised me a certain way. This is how I am. Back off. Okay. Let me do my thing. So I
Horcrux,
love
yeah,
Captain
right.
America.
Okay.
I love Winter Soldier because in that movie, everyone rocked up and they're like, hey, we're all evil. And Cap's like, cool, bet. I'll fight that. I don't care. They're like, hey, people are going to be criminals. We got to stop them. Cap's like, no. That's rude, bro. If he does the crime, we'll deal with it. Don't you dare attack people before the crime. There's just so many little philosophies in that movie I loved. And people look at it as one of the maddest combat movies as well for Marvel. And that's why I just like it, bro. I don't know, bro. I'm just simple like that. Otherwise, sack all of it, bro. Pokemon 2000, bro. Lugia's the GOAT. I don't know, bro. What else is there to say?
Okay. That's fair enough.
I got 3 movies. Leave me alone.
I'll ask you next, Horcrux.
That's it. Next one, Crocs. Thank you, baby.
Favorite TV show? I wonder. They say.
This one. Favorite TV show. Hawaii Five-O.
Oh shit! Okay.
I think
Yeah.
for me, Hawaii Five-O. I
Alright.
like the world. I like the storylines. It's very simple. It's at the time it was a cop show, but it's more like a task force, if that makes sense. I liked it. It had nice characters. It had entertaining dialogue. It had good stories. It was simple. It didn't try to open up like a massive franchise. It didn't try to be anything bigger than it was. It was respectful to the culture that it was based on, Hawaiian culture and stuff like that. Respectful to the story of the characters, like army veterans and stuff like that. And again, same thing. The main character is very Captain America coded. Same thing. Just just do good, bro. Simple. And I just enjoyed it, watching it every week. Because at the time, all the other shows were on while it was running. Your Prison Break, your White Collar, your
yeah.
Grey's Anatomy, or Gossip Girl, all those shows. Everyone's going crazy, and I'm like,
All
bro,
the
I
goat
just want to
ones.
watch Hawaii Five-O. Yeah, I just want to
Yeah.
watch Hawaii Five-O, bro. It's all good. Bold.
Um,
Why is someone attacking me for being bold? Who's this?
Could be worse. Could go after you for your Horcrux.
Oh no.
What got you into competitive Overwatch?
All right, competitive Overwatch. Okay, so for me, very simply put, I'm like all the chatters, in the world, bro. I was like, listen, I watch a streamer, yeah. I'm good at Overwatch, but I'm not good enough to play with them. How do I get better? So I play with my friends. I get better. I'm like, all right, pretty good. So how do I get even better so that I can play with my streamer, as they say? All right. So I practice and I find Mr. Reinhardt. And I find, I can cook with this guy on 200 ping because I was playing NA.
Yeah, right.
I was like, all right, I can do this. So I do. And I play. I get better to the point I'm the winning factor. To the point I do get pulled in one day I'm like, all right. It's like, you know, all right, coach pulled you in. What are you going to do? You going to show your stuff or you going to buckle? Showed my stuff, repped the squad, used the laggiest 200 ping Reinhardt charges ever, confused the hell out of everyone in custom games, left my mark and said goodbye, see you later, call me if you need another one. That's it. I got what I wanted, and then that was my go-to strat. I did it with another OCE streamer who shall not be named. Same thing. Oh my god, why does no one ever play with me on stream? This is what they said. Why does no one ever play with me on stream? I never get good tank teammates. I'm in chat. I'm like, I said I play if you need someone who can join in. Completely don't know what. I'm like, all right, okay. I jump on an ult and I queue at the same time as them. I did not snipe. No one dare say snipe.
No, you sniped.
I queue at the same time. Listen, man. Don't make accusations without backing me up with evidence, all right?
Yeah,
Don't get me in trouble, all right?
I think
wasn't
you
a snipe,
sniped,
bro.
but not here nor
I
there.
wasn't a sniper. But here's the thing. I was on their team, okay? And I popped off. I absolutely popped off. So much so, got on their team, and they're like, oh, damn, I wish I could have tanks like this random again. The trap has been set. I go to chat. I'm like, bet it was me. They're like, BS. I'm like, add them right now. Add them as a friend. Added them. Bet it was me.
So you sniped them, got them to add you to a
Sniped
friends
them,
list. Yeah,
proved
right.
my point. Played with them in the future because I proved my point. That's it.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I stood on business. I said, look, stop complaining about not having people to play with. I'm here. All right. Played with them, vibed on, slowly met other people, friends with them, slowly went into the competitive Overwatch amateur thing, started to meet people who are better than me, rolled me, taught me. Some of these people are now contenders players now. Some of these people went to, what do you call it, Overwatch CS now. There's a bunch of things. But I learned a lot from them. And then eventually, before COVID, I had to make a decision. I'm like, do I continue playing competitively or do I focus on streaming? I couldn't do both. So I said to myself, I'm like, look, I'm going to do the streaming thing. I think I can improve slightly more with competitive, but ultimately I enjoy the fun more. I'd rather be silly on right now. I'd rather not be surgical and perfect and precise. I'd rather have fun, be remembered, entertain people. It's just more fun for that. More rewarding for me personally.
Okay.
So yeah.
And the last question I've got from the community
sir.
questions is,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
if you could describe your community in one sentence, what would it be?
They are unrivaled, unmatched, unhinged, unbelievable, undeniable, down under, and a bunch of Muppets. I love them all to death. And I'll entertain them till 6 years now, 60 more to come. And shout out to the whole Team Avatar, the whole Liger Den, whatever you want to call yourselves. We have a bunch of different names, but ultimately they're part of the mission. They know my intention in life, what I want to do when, you know, we make it to the end game, what I'm going to be, where I'm going to go in life. And I do appreciate them. That's my community. That's my family. And full parasocial mode. Love all of you. And I just want to say that again. That's it.
Thanks, man. Thank you for the one
Thank you for
sentence.
having me.
All right, I'm going to wrap this
Listen,
up.
I didn't use any full stops, did I?
Yeah, I don't think so. A lot of commas, I think. But seriously, thank you very much for coming on, being the first. I'm going to
Thank you for having me.
hop off in a second. Thank you, everyone, for listening along, typing along, watching along. If you don't know who he is, obviously, if you're from my community or if you are from Liger's community already, please go and support him or please continue to support Mr. Liger. I hope you can get someone like, there it is. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks, bro.
That's right. That's right.
I appreciate it. Hopefully you can get someone like Carla to shout, because hopefully
Well, then
whoever...
let's make the clip. Let's make the clip right now.
Okay. All right.
Let's clip it. Get ready to clip it. Yo, Carla, I just did an amazing interview on Joey's show, the streamer interviews, and I want you to be the next guest.
Let's make it happen. Let's do it.
That's it.
Okay, you clip that. You send it to her. You put it on your Twitter and everything. when she
What do you
comes
mean, bro? You
in.
tweet that.
Me? It's you. It's your. That's
Really?
your. Yeah, that's your.
Bro, chat. Hey guys, remember chat. Remember, part of the ensemble, part of the cast. You gotta think ahead, bro. What does Joey want? Get that clip out there.
Bro, it's the whole
I'm going to
point
bed, bro.
of
I
you.
slept 2 hours.
The whole point of you putting someone forward is that,
I
well,
got you,
if
I
I
got
know
you, I
them,
got
I'll
you.
message them. But you have to put the
Yeah,
effort in
I
as
got
well.
I got you. I got you.
I'd love to have her on, and it's been a pleasure having you on, of course. Thank you so much. If you want to give a last send off, that'll probably be the end of it, and I'll chuck it on YouTube. So, what's the last words that you've got to say, Mr. Liger?
Last words. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it. It's been a lovely time. Shout out to Joey's community, the Bloodline. Shout out. You guys are gonna have a fun time. I'm assuming you don't want Cody to win, so
Well,
good luck.
half.
half.
Half,
Listen,
half.
at the end of the day, be a maverick. Log gang for life. I'm kidding, bro.
Okay. And we're done.
I'm joking.
All right.